Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in the new series, we present the Navy Lark with our 3 stars, Stephen Murray, John Pertwee, and Leslie Phillips. Do you ever get one of those days when everything goes right? You get a seat on the bus, you put a bob on an outsider, it wins a couple of quid, and even the wife won't let you do the washing up. Well, the last time I had one, it was on a Tuesday in 1928. But, you know, Admiralty, they aren't having a good day today because it's the day the crew of HMS Troutbridge returned from leave to their ship, now waiting for them in Portsmouth. And days don't come any worse than that.
Right, now, look here, wait here, Johnson. Wait here and guard Chief Petty Officer Pertwee's Empire-made, genuine plastic imitation crocodile suitcase with your life.
Righto, Chief. I'll guard it like a genuine imitation plastic crocodile.
Right, there's a good lad.
Yeah.
There's a certain formality I want to discuss with number 1.
Go on.
Come in. Welcome home, sir. About my application for compassionate extension of leave, sir. I don't seem to have received my...
Application dismissed.
I ain't looking at it.
Bad turn, quick march, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Shut the door. Halt, carry on.
Well, that little formality didn't take long, did it?
Obviously, a misunderstanding, Johnson. A misunderstanding, it was.
Yeah.
I'll give him another chance.
Right.
Come in.
Welcome home, sir.
About turn, quick march, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Shut the door. Halt and buzz off.
That was better. You were much quicker that time, Chief. You nearly met yourself coming out, didn't you? Do you want to have one more go and try for the record?
No, I do not. You lop-eared, lumpy load of lard.
Sorry, pardon, I'm sure.
Right. And what's happened to my Empire-made, genuine imitation plastic crocodile suitcase, eh?
Oh, I've got it all right. I'm sitting on it, Chief. It might have been...
Hello!
No, it's all right.
Get your pudgy great posterior off my suitcase.
Well, I'm not doing it any... What? Now, I wonder how that happened.
Look at it. Look at it. You flattened it so much it looks more like a genuine imitation plastic crocodile wallet.
Hello, you two.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Yeah.
Had a good leave, what? Have you seen number 1 yet, Chief?
Yes, sir, I have. About 3 seconds flat.
Yeah, twice.
I see. Well, don't bother to come to me for your extension of leave, because I'm not granting either.
It's a conspiracy article, that's what it is. Yeah, there's my dear old white-haired mother in her little lace shawl, waiting for her honest sailor boy to come home from the seas again, so he can finish tuning her motorbike for the cross-country trials.
No, Chief.
But she needs me, sir. She needs me. If I'm not there to ride on the pillion, she'll never stop her rear end from bouncing up and down in the mud.
Oh, nasty. Still, it can't be helped, I'm afraid.
Here, when's the race, Chief? I'd like to go and watch your white-haired old motorbike
You
going up...
belt up! Well, your rear end will be bouncing up and down for a month.
It usually is, eh? Well, you can carry on, Chief.
Yeah, he usually does, actually.
That'll do, you crocodile case crusher, you.
I'd better report to number 1.
Aye, aye.
Right away.
Oh, this is right, this is. I've got to get some more leave somehow.
Well, if there is any leave flying about in future, you can have mine for a start.
Hello, Taffy.
Did the welcome in the hillside wear a bit thin, eh?
I never got there. I was nobbled on the way. Whipped off the Queen's Highway I was, clean as a...
Come off it, Taffy. Who'd kidnap you?
Oh, I wasn't kidnapped exactly. I joined a protest march, and after we'd been going for an hour or two, I had to stay with it because I hadn't the faintest idea where I was or where we were going.
Here, where'd you end up, then?
John O'Groats. My feet were killing me. Not only that, but it cost me a flaming fortune to get back in time by train. Not surprising when you remember that they're British railways, mind. You wait until we get Home Rule, and then they're Welsh railways. Then you'll see something. We'll get the coal wholesale for a start.
Yeah, all right. Don't think you've come back here for a kip either. There's a nasty rumour going around that we're sailing shortly.
Oh, just so long as we're not marching, I don't mind.
Well, but I don't reckon it'll be for very long. Not if a certain other rumour I heard is correct.
Aye, aye, this one's going to be a corker.
It is, my fat, floppy friend, it is. I don't think number one and Mr. Phillips will want to be away from here too long. Once they've seen her.
Seen her? Seen who?
Well, gents, apart from her, we've got a new bit of feminine pulchritude about.
Come again?
I mean, we've got another Wren. And she's a right bit of...
I take it you've seen the lady.
Yeah, I have, mate. Yeah, and so's number one. I heard him telling her what Mr. Phillips looked like.
Go on.
He described Mr. Phillips as a sort of short, ugly Diana Dawes.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see what he meant.
Yeah, no doubt if Mr. Phillips will. So, may the best man win. And as far as I'm concerned, after what happened to Johns' extension of leave, that's neither of the perishers.
Well, Mr. Phillips, I think that takes care of everything, except that when you're booking films for the ship's cinema, we'd be grateful if we could have a new one.
But I like the one we had before, sir.
Yeah, so we gathered. But if I have to sit through Carry On Noddy just once more, I shall scream.
Oh, very well, sir. Perhaps you prefer Lieutenant Bates to choose the film this time.
No, I would not. Give him his head, and the dear old-fashioned thing will have us lumbered with the big broadcast of 1932.
Oh, I saw that on television recently. There was a jolly catchy tune in it, and it went, let me see now, it went, yes, that's my...
That's your lot, Mr. Phillips. Now, if there's nothing else you want to say...
Oh, but there is, sir. Oh, yes. I don't know whether you've heard, sir, but,
Well, Mr. Phillips?
Well, you see, sir. It's only a rumor, actually, sir, but...
Noddy, if you don't carry on in a minute...
Oh, yes, sir. Sorry, pardon, sir. Yes. There's a buzz going around about. I mean, there's a roundabout a buzz about.
A rumor.
Oh, thanks, sir. I'm jolly grateful, yes. There's a rumor, sir. There's a Wren going around with a big buzz. No, I mean with a buzz with a buzz, sir.
Actually, I know all about a buzz it is. I mean, I knew of it.
You knew of it?
I've seen her.
Seen who, sir?
The new Wren.
Oh, so that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, what's she like?
Oh, not your sort. Spots, bandy. I forget all about her.
Spots and bandy? I already have, sir. You make her sound like Jimmy Edwards' grandmother.
Well, there is a certain likeness, I imagine. No, I should stick to taking Heather out.
Don't you worry, sir. I shall.
Come in.
I've got a signal from Captain Povey, sir.
Have you? Well, jolly hard luck. We get signals from him all the. Cool.
That will be all, Mr. Phillips.
Well, no, it won't, sir. I mean, it can't be. Who is this?
The new Wren.
Oh, lummy. I mean, I say. What's happened to you?
To me, sir?
Yes, where are your bandy spots? I mean, where are the spots you're bandy in? Have a spot of brandy.
9 o'clock in the morning, Mr. Phillips.
Oh, yes, I suppose it is a bit late. I'm Sub-Lieutenant Phillips.
I guess that's, sir.
Oh, really? How did you do that?
Well, you're the only one who looks like a short, ugly Diana Dawes.
Yes, What?
You said you had a signal from...
No, just a minute. Just a minute. Who told Jimmy Edwards' grandmother I looked like a short, ugly Diana Dawes?
Well, possibly. may have. It was an unfortunate turn of phrase, perhaps.
I see. It was charming. Now we know where we are, don't we? Hmm?
Oh, I would have known you anyway, sir.
Oh, would you really?
Yes, sir. Heather described you as well.
Oh, I bet that was rich.
It was pretty good.
Well, I jolly well don't want to hear about it. I don't care. Did Heather describe Lieutenant Murray by any chance?
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, I don't think we need bother about that.
Oh, yes, we do. I want to know. Now, what did she... How did she describe number one?
She said he was the one who looked like a tall, ugly dinosaur.
Really? Perhaps we could have the signal.
Certainly, sir. It's for both of you. Signal from Captain Povey to Lieutenant Murray and Sub-Lieutenant Phillips, HMS Troutbridge, Portsmouth.
Beautiful.
Enchanting.
Signal reads, now you've seen the new Wren, send her back to her office. Povey, Captain.
You know, I don't think I like that last bit quite so much, you know.
Well, neither did I. Well, that will be all, Wren.
Wren Cornwall, sir. And if it'll save time, the other name is Judy.
Oh, is it really? Mine's Diana. I mean Dora. No.
Carry on, Wren Cornwall.
Aye, sir.
Well, now perhaps we can get on. Mr. Phillips, I said now perhaps... Mr. Phillips.
What is it, Lieutenant Murray? Sir?
Sulking?
Certainly not. Sir?
You are, you know.
I'm not. I never sulk. It's just that a chap thinks it's a bit much. When a chap's chum doesn't tell a chap there's a new bit of talent about.
Well, if you'd seen her first, would you have told me?
Of course.
Nonsense.
I would.
You wouldn't.
So now you call me a liar.
I didn't say that.
Oh, yes, you did.
All I said
I
was...
heard what you said. You said...
Excuse me.
Oh, certainly. Thank you. Not at all.
Hello, number one here.
This is Chief Petty Officer Pertwee's white-haired old mother here. When's my sailor boy coming home?
He's not coming home, Chief.
Sorry, wrong number.
Now, where were we? I've forgotten.
Well, I haven't, sir.
Oh, now don't stop. Excuse me.
Oh, certainly. Thank you. Not at all.
Hello?
This is Chief Petty Officer Pertwee's white-haired old father here. My wife...
No, Chief. Now, look here, Mr. Phillips. You're taking a perfectly ridiculous... Oh, blast. Hello? Will you kindly stop ringing up? I'm trying to have a row.
Then I've got just the person for you to have one with. Captain Povey wants a word.
What? Good gracious, Heather!
That's right. The one that looks like a slightly flatter dinosaur.
Oh, now, look here. I didn't...
Yes, Captain Povey.
No, just a minute.
Number one.
Yes, Diana. I mean, yes, Captain Povey.
I've got a job for you. That is, if you and that idiot Phillips can stop bickering for a minute.
Oh, certainly, sir.
Now, look here. Apparently on Thursday, it's the first anniversary of Britannialand acquiring Home Rule.
Hooray.
Thank you. There's a Britannialand frigate at Barrow this week, and you ought to sail there tonight and take the ex-governor and his wife up to the celebration.
What? You mean Sir Willoughby and Lady Todhunter Brown?
Now, of course.
Oh, couldn't you find somebody else to act as their taxi, sir? The wardrooms only just managed to pay for the gin that disappeared last time they were at war.
Certainly not. The old dock at Pier 7 on Thursday at 1500. I'm going up to Barrow by train, so I shall be there with the rest of the reception committee to see that you get there.
Well, very good, sir, but why don't you come with us?
Not likely. I want to be sure at least one member of the Royal Navy's there.
Oh, we'll be there, sir.
You'd better be. Goodbye.
I wish you hadn't hung up, Lieutenant Murray, sir.
Why?
Because if that was Captain Povey, I was going to apply for a transfer to another ship.
You're not doing anything of the kind. In your own quaint, weird, and wonderful way, you're going to navigate this one.
Well, I don't see why. After all, a chap has every right to expect a chap's chum to tell a chap that the chap is missing something if a chap hasn't been told by another chap that he's got chap.
This way, if you please, Sir Willoughby. You and your wife have this cabin here, sir.
Oh, good man. So do come on, Amelia, dear.
I'm coming as fast as I can be. And if I were a gentleman, you'd give me a tiny hand with these crates.
Crates?
The last time we were on this ship, I distinctly remember the wardroom ran out of gin. It was a most disastrous voyage.
Well, you did thump it a bit, you know.
Possibly. But this time I'm not taking any chances. So I've brought some reserves.
Allow me, madam. Let me take these 3. Where would you like them stowed, eh?
Well, I don't really mind, just so long as they're nice and handy.
You're Lieutenant Bates, aren't you?
Oh, practically all the time, yes, sir. I'm the electrical officer. Tolère?
Oh, are you really? My word, it's a small world, isn't it?
Why, sir? Were you?
Oh, but I was with the gas board at one time.
I remember now. You're the one that invents things.
Well, I try my hand at it sometimes, madam, yes.
That's splendid. Well, I've got just the thing for you to concentrate your abilities on.
Have you, madam?
Yes, it would be an absolute boon to mankind, and I'm sure you're the very man to invent it.
Invent what, madam?
Instant gin.
I say, what a cracking weed.
Yes, I knew you'd see it my way. All we want is a delicious powder that only needs water added to it to become gin.
Don't bother with the instant tonic. She never uses it.
So, we'd noticed. That is,
Here, I say, this is a bit off, isn't it?
No, it's all beautifully matured.
I'm not talking about your crates, my dear. I meant being received by the electric swaller. Oh, no disrespect to you, old man, but Willie is supposed to be the big noise, you know.
Oh, quite. But I should have explained that we're rather up the creek and rather short-handed.
Why, aren't number 1 or Mr. Phillips on board?
Oh, yes, sir, but just at the moment they're not speaking to each other.
Oh, Law, I know that one.
Quite, sir. I'm sort of filling in.
Well, I'll have a word with Murray and Phillips on the bridge later on.
Very good, sir. I imagine they'd be glad to have someone to talk to by now.
Let's just have a tiny bit of the old left hand down a bit.
Left hand down the tiniest bit it is, sir.
Do you think so? I should have thought we needed a shade of the right.
Left hand down, Chief.
Aye, Mr. Phillips, sir.
Leslie's the navigator.
Quite, sir.
Now, look here, this is absolute nonsense. Just because I happened to see the girl before
Steady at that.
Steady there it is, Mr. Phillips, sir.
Oh, really?
I do hope your dear old white-haired mother is all right, Chief.
I doubt it, sir.
Jolly callous, that. Not letting a chap have an extension of leave when his nearest and dearest is...
Mr. Phillips!
Did you hear something, Chief?
I think I may have caught a whisper on the breeze, sir. I'll ask. Mr. Murray, sir, Mr. Phillips says, did you want something?
Yes, I do. Will you tell Mr. Phillips that if he doesn't stop being ridiculous, he'll hit that tug that's supposed to be piloting us into Barrow?
All right, sir. Mr. Phillips, Mr. Murray says that if you don't, if you was to stop engine!
Yes.
Yes, come on.
Back a bit.
Back a bit, sir.
Breathe in.
Breathe in.
Sure. Missed. I think I'll just lie down for a bit.
Lie down for a bit, it is, sir.
You stupid lot of floating layabouts! Look what you've done! I demand a repaint!
Chief, that sounded remarkably like...
Yes, sir. I'll be with you in an hour or two, sir, as soon as I've done Miss Smalls. I'll be right back, sir.
Chief, what is your Uncle Ebenezer's tug doing here? You would by any chance have tipped him off that we need assistance to dock, I suppose?
Oh, me, sir? Oh, the very idea, sir. As if I would.
Completely out of character, I'd say.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips, sir. Thank you. It's just a pure, blind coincidence that mightn't have happened to any...
Johnsy, you're late! I've nearly run out of coal!
Chief, I think your pure blind coincidence just dropped you in the kitchen nuts.
Yes, I had noticed, sir. Wait till I get my hands on the old steamboat, gentlemen.
Yeah, quite.
Right, how much longer are you lot going to hang about? You're late now, and if we don't get a move on, we'll miss the tide.
Oh, lummy. Chief, look, tell Nunky to take us in tow.
Oh, sir. With pleasure, sir.
And you might add we'd be grateful if he'd take us into the right dock.
I was just about to say that.
Sorry, pardon.
All right, Monkey, you clicked. Pier 7, get a move on.
Henry Povey.
Yes, madam.
Henry Povey, just how much longer? We've got to stand on the end of this jetty waiting for your little friends in their boat.
No idea, my love. They should have been here ages ago.
Oh, I see. Well, I'm not standing here much longer, having a certain part of my anatomy walloped by bits of bunting.
Which part is it? Oh, yes, I see. I'll hold it up a bit, shall I?
Henry!
The bunting, my love. I meant the bunting.
Oh. No, that was just as well.
Yes.
Carry on. Good boy.
Certainly, my love.
Oh, Lord. I think those Botany Land persons are coming over again.
Oh, I expect they're fed up with waiting for those fools on Troutbridge to turn up just as much as we are, my love.
Oh, careful with that bunting, Henry. Keep it well above my hat or you'll have one of my little cherries off.
I'll watch it, my love.
1,000 excuse me's to our fine and magnificent English Royal Navy clothes post captain, sir.
Not forgetting his milady wife with the abounding supply of little cherries.
To which I add greetings of an incredible nature to one and both from both and either of each of us. Furthermore, a resounding bung ho.
Bung ho.
And one more.
You think so?
I am convinced. Bung ho.
Quite, and bang ho from us, I'm sure. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Well, a modest request is forthcoming at any moment from my good and splendid old mate here.
Sub-Lieutenant General Samuel Pepys, Washington Bar.
And yours truly, my excellent self, Lieutenant Managing Director Harold Golfball. Both of the Botany Land regrettable Navy.
Hoorah!
Hoorah!
And one more?
No, but some other time, by all means.
Henry, what on earth are those two chuntering on about?
I haven't the foggiest idea, my love. It's too early to tell.
Barging in most happily once again. Could the fine old Royal Navy clothes post captain, sir, be so kind as to give us some fascinating idea of the who-knows whereabouts of his fine and magnificent frigate Troutbridge?
Such information would give us a flabbergasting clue as to when the Botany Land Home Rule Anniversary Day solemn celebration and fine old hijinks can start.
I'm afraid I really
Oh,
can't...
not to worry, for here comes the fine and magnificent frigate now.
Oh, what a truly handsome spectacle she makes. And what a lot of lovely smoke.
What? But that thing isn't Troutbridge, it's a tug.
Oh, in that case, what are Botany Land's splendid and chucked out old governor, plus his milady wife and several of your officers doing aboard her, sir?
What?
Yes, sir.
How on earth did they... Oh, good grief. They must have sunk Troutbridge. I knew they'd do it one day. I knew.
Boy, you with the cherries on your titbag. Watch yourself, I'm coming into me brains on for good.
Now, look here. You can't talk to my wife like that. Run for it, my love. Everybody down!
All ashore that isn't already ashore.
All right, number one. Where's Troutbridge? Who did you hit? And how deep down is she?
Oh, Troutbridge is all right, sir.
It was just that Nunky sort of took us into the wrong dock, you see, sir.
Sort of accidentally on purpose, though, you see. He's charged us another 10 bob each to bring us round to this one on his tug.
I might have known. Which dock are you in?
I don't think I noticed the number, sir. Did you notice, Mr. Phillips? Chief, ask Mr. Phillips if he noticed the number of the dock, will you?
Told me I'll get a touch of the London charticles if this goes on. Mr. Phillips, number one says, did you notice?
No, I didn't, no. And even if I had, I wouldn't have told him.
Mr. Phillips says no.
Yes, all right, Bruff. I heard what Archie said. We don't know the number, Captain Povey, but she's lying over in that direction.
Over there? But surely that's...
Here, I say, you chaps, is it time for me speech yet?
Oh, good heavens. Sir Wallaby, Willoughby, Wobbly... I mean, I must apologize for not... I forgot that you were...
Oh, that's all right. You chaps ready for me speech?
No.
Splendid.
But I said...
Ladies and gentlemen, on this auspicious, and if I may speak freely, which takes me back to when I was. But who can deny this when they come face to face with all and sundry? No, my friends, it won't do. Speed is essential, I will admit, but it's your subscriptions to the regiment that'll keep a check and send it to me in a plain van marked improvement.
Same again, Charles.
Well said, dear. And so, in congratulating this man on his fine innings, let us not forget the craftsman who made the whole project impossible. And it is with no small amount of pride that I write.
What the blazes is that racket?
I don't know, sir. It seems to be coming from the dock where we left Troutbridge.
Mr. Phillips, sir, you did remember to switch off, didn't you, sir?
Well, of course.
Oh, and that's a relief, because I thought perhaps Troutbridge might be going to have a nice sail over to the Isle of Man on a Todd.
Oh, hardly, Chief. I mean, how could she leave that dock? I mean, all the water must have drained out of it by now. It was well down the last time I saw it.
What, you blithering idiots? What on earth dock have you left Troutbridge in this time?
Humble and completely uncalled for apologies, but perhaps I, Lieutenant Managing Director Harold Gulpole, can be of some assistance in this matter of great urgency.
I'm sorry,
The direction to which your spankingly turned out number 1 officer pointed earlier is indeed a tremendously efficient breaking up yard.
He's right, you know, sir. I remember seeing a notice. Iron and Steel Recovery Company. Battleships broken up, yachts yanked to bits, liners lugged apart.
What? Good grief, man, you realize what that racket is? That's Troutbridge being broken up.
Here. I do wish you chaps had shut up. I've lost my place. I'll have to start my speech all over again.
Quick, where's the phone? No, it'll take too long. Hey, stop that at once, do you hear? Put that plate back. Hands off, she's Admiralty property. Now leave that gun alone.
Excuse me, number 1, sir.
What is it?
Well, I was just thinking, sir, as we no longer have a ship, I mean, you'll hardly be needing me for a bit, eh? So, about my extension of leave, sir.
No, Chief.
But, sir, the trial, sir. My dear old white-haired mother's rear end will be bouncing all over the county, and it's all your fault, sir.
No, Chief.
I want to ask you, sir.
And that was Stephen Murray, John Pertwee, and Leslie Phillips working their passage in the Navy Lark, written by Laurie Wyman. Stephen Murray was the number 1, John Pertwee was the Chief Petty Officer, Leslie Phillips was the Sub-Lieutenant. Captain Povey was played by Richard Caldecott, Mrs. Povey was Heather Chasen, Able Seaman Johnson was Ronnie Barker, Lieutenant Bates was Michael Bates, Sir Willoughby Todhunter Brown was Teniel Evans, and Wren Cornwell was played by Judy Cornwell. The recorded production was by Alistair Scott Johnston. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the Navy Lark with our 3 stars, John Pertwee, Leslie Phillips, and Stephen Murray. When one gets summoned to a high-level meeting by one's bosses, it generally means one of 2 things. Either you're in the muck, or they are. Well, today, Captain Povey's been sent for by Admiralty to attend a top-level meeting. At present, he still doesn't know whether to apologize for whatever it was he did, or to offer to do all he can to assist.
Excuse me, sir, but would you be Captain Povey?
No, I am Captain Povey. What is it?
Admiral sends his compliments, sir. And where the blue blistering blazes are you?
Oh, good grief. That's a good start. I suppose you told him I was outside his office.
Yes, sir. He said he didn't care if you were outside buying coffees. He wanted you immediately.
Why doesn't he get an ear trumpet or something?
He did have one once, sir, but he abandoned it after First Sea Lord blew a rude noise down it.
Oh, I do wish I'd been there for that.
Oh, you old fool, where are you?
Oh, good
gracious. Now, which door is it?
Through that one, Captain Povey.
Excuse me, sir. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
there you are. Good man, you're just in time. Out and see if you can find that old fool Povey, will you? He's late.
Oh, yes, certainly, sir. I shot... But, sir, I am that old fool. I mean, I am Captain Povey, sir.
Are you? Oh, well, good show that. You found him very quickly. You know everybody here, of course.
Well, no, sir. I've never met any of them before.
Neither have I. Odd-looking bunch, aren't they? Tell you what, this is the chap I want you to meet, Rear Admiral Arnbridge.
How do you do, sir?
Oh, more than handsome, thanks. Yes, yes. Capital, capital. No complaints at all. No.
Have you stopped?
No.
Good. Well, tell him what it's all about.
By all means. Yes, with pleasure. Yes, just about. Oh, naturally. Yes. Yes.
I'd be grateful if somebody would...
All in good time for me. Yes. I am security, you know. Yes. Naval intelligence and all that stuff. Yes. That's me. Yes.
Oh,
Hang on. Yes. That's all. Now, where were we? Oh, yes. I've got a new scheme in my department, you know. The whole plan is absolutely top secret and all that jazz.
Oh, do get a move on, Ironbridge. They're open.
By all means. Yes. Rather delighted. Yes. Won't take a minute. No. Yes. Much obliged. Now, here's the scheme. We're looking for fresh blood in naval intelligence.
Oh, I see. Well, I never thought of myself as an intelligence man, but if I country knew...
Don't be a ninny, Povey. He said they're looking for fresh blood, not old clots. Carry on, Ironbridge.
Thanks. The plan is to send one of our officers down to your command, and it'll be up to him to keep an eye out for any potential material amongst your chaps. The gimmick is that he'll act in an extremely suspicious manner. The first chap who reports him will be our man.
Oh, I see. Yes, well, I'm sure you'll find plenty of the right type amongst the men in...
We're starting by putting our man, Lieutenant Evans, in Troutbridge.
Yes, well, I suppose she's... In Troutbridge? Oh, no, really, you can't possibly hope to find a man in her with the slightest grain of intelligence.
We'll see. Well, if we do find a chap, he'll be in for a spot of rapid promotion, I don't mind telling you.
What?
Make your rank look a bit silly, Captain Povey. Can't say any more than that. This is big, Povey. Big. Yes, big.
But you can't ask me to help that lot to become a lot of blasted admirals.
Did you call, Povey? Oh, you're all settled then. Right, lads, conference over and the last run in the pub pays for the drinks. Oh, hang on here, Povey, will you?
Oh, yes, certainly, sir. How long for?
Oh, about 5 minutes ought to do it, then join us in the pub. Got to make sure somebody takes longer to get there than I do. See you there then, Povey, and bring your checkbook for Pete's sake. It's all doubles with this lot.
I'm not happy. I'm not happy.
Your turn.
You ask anyone round here, they'll tell you I'm not happy. Johnson's got the miseries, and when Johnson's got the miseries, Johnson's definitely not happy, you know. I'm not happy.
Will you talk up? You chubby, great chatty cherub.
No, I'd rather not, you see, because I'm definitely not happy.
Tell me, this is the last time I take you to the pictures.
Oh, I'm delighted to hear that. For one thing, I can't afford your treats. And for another thing, I'm not happy
I'll do you a mischief in a minute. I'll do you a wreckage. Now, shut up for a bit and let's go in this cab for a cup of mud and froth.
Who's paying?
Well, there's gratitude for you. I took you to the cinema, didn't I?
Well, a manner of speaking, yes. Just as far as the pay box. Then we had all that old rope about, well, there's an unfortunate. I forgot me wallet again. And Muggins here had a fork out.
Do you want a cup of mud and froth or not?
I can't afford it.
Oh, yes, you can. Look, you started with 10 bob, right?
Yeah.
Bus fare for 2, 6 p.
Yeah.
Pictures for 2, 6 bob.
Yeah.
Ices in the interval, a shilling.
Yeah.
Allowing for the bus fare back, 6 p. That's
Yeah.
8 bob, right?
Yeah.
Right, 2 coffees of 1 and 6, so you're in the clear. Come on, Rothschild.
Here, hang on. There's something wrong somewhere.
Where?
Oh, still have 6p left. No, can't see you letting me get
Right,
away.
good lad, good lad. I'll have a round of toast as well. Come on. In you go.
I should have known, shouldn't I?
Now then, where shall we park our carcasses? Oh, blimey, you can't get away from them, can you?
Eh? Oh, it's Mr. Phillips and Heather.
Yeah, the number 1 and Judy. You know, the new Wren.
Yeah.
Hello, you two. What have you been doing, eh?
Spending my money, sir.
On a Tuesday night, Johnson, I should have thought the chief would have had it long before this.
Well, I usually do, sir, but this week... No. No, sir, isn't it marvellous, huh? Isn't it marvellous? I'm surrounded by suspicicals. Pudding body will get every penny of his 10 bob back, so help me.
Will I, Chief?
Certainly. You can be the first one to help me. Let me another 10 bob.
No, I can't. I'm skint.
You what?
Skint.
Well, that's nice, isn't it? That's nice. Ask me up for the evening, and now you tell me you're skint. That's charming. Charming.
I agree with you, Chief. It's a jolly poor do.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Not at all, not at all.
Be careful, Leslie. I can see what's coming.
Well, I've only been here a week, but so can I.
Now, just a minute, girls. This is man's talk.
Precisely. Why don't you quit now?
Ha. Yeah, that does it. Now, I'll tell you what I'll do, Chief. I feel it's up to me to set an example.
Oh, it is, sir. Yeah, it is, indeed. We humble Matlows all look up to you, sir.
Quite. So in that case, I'll lend you the 10 bob.
Thank you, sir.
Now, there you are, Chief.
Thank you very much indeed, sir. Very nice of you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. I don't like to see an upstanding chap like you being...
Yes,
no.
well, good evening, sir.
Just a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, come back. I've changed my mind. Give me back... How did he work at that time?
He didn't. You did.
Yeah, of course, yeah, but it's only a temporary loan.
Ha! Ha!
And furthermore, ha!
All right, then, but I don't care. It was the principle of the thing. If a chap asks somebody out, then he should be quite sure he can afford to pay. I mean, it's just...
Excuse us, please. Your coffee.
Oh, yes, thanks. As I said, it's...
For a coffee, that's 3 shillings, per favor.
Oh, certainly, perfect for, yes. Yes, sir. Yeah. Can you change your 10 shilling... Oh, no, of course I... No, no, I shan't keep... I've got some change somewhere. No, it must be in my... I'm sorry about this. I know I've got some... That's odd. I thought, number 1.
Yeah?
Could you lend me 3 shillings?
Yes. Always provided this is just a temporary loan, of course. Not that I mind, but it's the principle of the thing. I feel as if a chap asks somebody out, then he should be quite sure.
Sir, please, look, what Leslie needs is lovely lolly, not lousy lectures.
Yes, what Leslie needs is both. Here you are.
Oh, thanks. Here you are, my man. Muchas gracias. And bags of Olay and all that.
I didn't know you spoke the language.
He does not. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Steaming neat.
Incidentally, girl, while we're all together, do either of you know anything about this new officer we've got on board?
No, I was going to ask you about
Well, all I know is that he and Captain Povey seem to be pretty pally.
I knew there was something jolly odd about him.
Most peculiar. Nobody's told us what he's supposed to be doing, and if you ask him, all he says is, walls have ears, old man. Winks at you and disappears round the corner and makes notes.
He keeps asking such funny questions, too. I mean, this morning he asked me if a ship was in dry dock with a couple of plates off, how long would it take to sink her by opening the valves and flooding the dock?
What did you say?
Well, I said I didn't know. But I went below to the bathroom and I tried it out with a toy boat.
And what was the result?
I got soaked.
Yes, you would. It's all very odd, though. I wonder what he's here for. Who sent him?
Yes, well, there's only one person who'll know the answer to that. You mean Captain Povey?
No, Judy.
They're talking about Chief Petty Officer Pertwee.
Oh, him. He asks funny questions, too.
Does he? What sort of question?
Never mind, but the answer was no.
Oh. Chief?
Yes, sir?
Can you spare a minute?
Yeah, with pleasure, sir. I'll have a cup of white with no froth, if you don't mind, and, perhaps a donut or two with a dollop of gâteaux for afters. Then if you insist...
You'll do nothing of the sort, Chief. Chief.
Sir?
What's the buzz about this new officer?
Oh, him, sir. Well, sir, we Pertwees have our suspicious, but up to now, he's a bit of a mystification, sir. Well, far be it from us to say it, but, well, sir, it don't look good. No, it don't look good. No, it don't look nice at all.
In what way don't it look nice?
Well, sir, it may have escaped your notice, but on the same day that a certain new officer appeared aboard, a certain ship from a certain foreign power from behind a certain curtain, tied up at a certain pier, a certain distance from here. Sir.
I say, are you certain?
I'm positive, sir.
Oh, now, really? Seriously suggesting the man's a spy?
I never said that, sir. I never said that, no, sir. No, I didn't say that. We Pertwees have our opinion about the gent. We have our opinion about the gent, but we never said we would actually... We never said we would actually... Well, how should I put it? Certain? Certain, that's the word. The very word, thank you very much indeed, sir. Certain.
Well, this is absolute nonsense.
Just as you say, sir. Just as personally, I wouldn't take lightly the idea of our gallant Matlows being surrounded by teeming hordes of saboteurs with atomic bombs in every pocket and sealed orders to blow us all to pieces and then permission to buy myself out of the service.
No. For one thing, Johnson couldn't afford it. And don't start spreading any rumors either.
We must be all right, Chief. For one thing, he seems to be a friend of Captain Povey's.
No comment.
All the same, it's funny the way he keeps asking all those strange questions.
Well, I wouldn't say so, no. No, I wouldn't say that at all, no. Not if he's been sneaked ashore under cover of darkness from a certain ship belonging to a certain foreign power from behind a certain iron curtain with pocketfuls of bombs ready to blow us all up with a dirty grate.
Doing that? I never said he was. Yes, well, either do say or stop frightening the life out of us.
Permission to buy myself out of the service. I'd like to resign my commission.
No! Mr. Phillips,
yes.
Mr. Phillips,
Yes, Chief.
If you're serious about deserting, there's a coach leaving with the rest of us in an hour.
Pertwee!
I'm sorry, sir. Full right up, but there's another one right behind if you care to join it.
No, I would not care to. I'm going to put a stop to all this nonsense first thing tomorrow.
May we ask how?
Yes, I'm going to tackle Captain Povey about him in the morning. Ready, everyone?
I am fine.
As soon as you like, sir.
Coming. Just for a change, I thought I'd walk back with Judy, so if you don't mind...
I beg your pardon. You can't invite me out and then play swap always. I wouldn't dream of it.
Yeah, but all I said was...
Now, 6-4 in fisticuffs. Come along now. Who wants to see a lovely fight? Come on.
Excuse me, please. You have hardly enough yet, huh?
No, not yet, no. I'll have another load of that boiled string stuff.
Boiled the string? That's Mario's famous spaghetti.
Is it? Well, I'll have another bowl of it.
Very good, sir. Excuse me, please, for asking, but you can pay for it, huh?
Oh, yeah, that's all right, yeah. Well, I shan't have to, you see. You see, my friend over there borrowed 10 bob so we can spend it. Where have they all gone? Ooh.
come in?
Morning, Heather. Captain Povey in?
Wren Chasen, where the blazes are those fools from Troutbridge? They should have been here an hour ago.
Yes, he is in, and I think he's expecting you.
So you've turned up at last, have you? A nice morning I've had, thanks to that slap-happy, good-for-nothing load of layabout you call a crew. I just had the proprietor of a certain coffee bar here.
Well, of course, if we'd known you wanted a cup, we'd have filled the flask and brought it along.
He didn't come here to brew up, you idiot. He came here about a certain fat racing who ate himself stupid, insulted the chef by calling the food boil string, and then couldn't pay.
Now, I wonder who that was.
I wouldn't know. As he said his name was Povey, and they were to send the bill here. What? As a result, I just had to pay 7 and 6 for a meal I've never had.
If it's the coffee bar I think it is, you're jolly lucky. I had ravioli there once. Every bit was a retread.
Yes, well, perhaps we can look into this later, sir. We wanted to see you about another matter. It's new officer.
Lieutenant Evans. Well, I'm afraid I'm not prepared to discuss Lieutenant Evans' movements just at present.
But he keeps asking funny questions.
Then answer them.
We do, sir. Whenever possible, we give him funny answers.
So I've heard. In future, you'll give him full cooperation, no matter what he wants to do or where he wants to go.
Well, I was coming to that. The other day, he wanted to open the captain's safe. Well, naturally, I put a stop to that, and I wondered if we should inform Admiralty.
Yes, perhaps. No, you mustn't. Don't breathe a word.
But if he did happen to be a spy, it might mean a bit of promotion all round.
Exactly, that's what I'm afraid of. I mean, no, certainly not. No, now get this straight. Evans is to be given access to all papers and everything aboard. His work is of a secret nature.
Ah. Now, that's jolly interesting, isn't it? Pertwee had a theory last night, and he reckons...
Never mind, Chatterbox. We'll discuss this later. We mustn't take up any more of Captain Povey's time.
For once, number one, we agree.
Yeah, perhaps you're right.
Come in.
Oh, hello, Chief. Did you want to see me or number one?
Well, either of us, sir. It's about this new officer again, sir.
Oh, yes. We were just talking about him. One of the ratings tells me that Lieutenant Evans has been down below with a suitcase and asked if he could leave it in the engine room.
In the engine room?
Yes. Snag is that after he left, the rating noticed the case was ticking.
Ticking? Oh, I wonder what he's got. Abandoned ship! From the countdown, we must take Pertwee this way out. Follow the blue line.
We stop everyone. We handed the case over to the dockyard police.
Yeah, they're jolly welcome to it.
I wish you'd handed him over with it.
Well, it's a bit tricky. Captain Povey says Evans is to have full cooperation and his work is of a secret nature.
I knew it. Don't forget, he turned up at the same day as a certain ship from a certain prodigal power, tied up at a certain pier.
Now, look here.
Atomic bombs in every pocket. Sealed orders to blow up the lot of us with nasty little ticking suitcases. Tick-tock. Tick-tock. Time, gentlemen, please. Bag all gone. No flowers. By the quest.
Stop panicking. We can sort Evans out soon enough. It's Captain Povey we're worried about.
How do you mean?
Well, it's the way old Thundergut seems to back this chap up. He won't hear a word said against him.
Blackmail, sir. That's what it is. They've got him in their clutches, sir. One wrong word from him, they'll have Mrs. Povey smuggled out of the country. Next week, she'll be dishwashing in the Kremlin.
Oh, don't be ridiculous, Chief.
No, if that was so, Evans couldn't have blackmailed Pertwee. Old Thundergut would have paid half her fare.
And who could blame him?
Well, if nobody else is going to do anything about this traitor in our midst, I reckon we should.
Well, such as what?
Send him back to do a bit of dishwashing in the Kremlin. That certain prodigal ship tied up at a certain pier sails to a certain prodigal port tonight. But I reckon a certain officer ought to be on it. With our help.
Well, what do you mean? kidnap him and smuggle him aboard just before she sails?
Exactly, sir. I mean, I know we haven't exactly seen eye to eye with old Thunderguts in the past, but we can't have the old superior officer caught up in the weathered intrigue, can we?
No. Incidentally, Judy phoned just now. She's heard that Evans is dining at Povey's house this evening.
That's it. That'll be the payoff, sir. After he's signed a receipt, they'll make him give away more and more secrets, and before you know it, old Thunderguts will be trotting about without them bombs in his pocket and being rung up by a bloke with a scar on his face from a tube station booth.
Yes. All right, I get the idea. I sometimes watch commercial television myself. Well, what do you think about the chief's idea, Mr. Phillips?
Oh, sorry, I wasn't listening. I was trying to work out why it is they've got so many dirty dishes they want washing in the Kremlin. I mean, with a place like that, you'd think they'd be able to get staff without all this fuss, wouldn't you?
Oh, right, Chief. Where were we?
Right, sir. Well, it couldn't be better, sir. All right, now, all we've got to do is wait outside old Thunderguts' house tonight, and as soon as Evans comes out, we bung a sack over his box, nip down to the docks with him, and chuck him aboard the Polygon ship.
Yes, with a packet of washing powder to help them out.
Mr. Phillips, do us a favor and keep out of this. All right, then, Chief, we'll do it. I don't like the idea much, but we've got to get old Thunderguts out of the muck somehow. We'll meet outside his house tonight, then.
Oh, sir. Oh, Mr. Phillips, sir. You'd better bring a tea cloth with you, just in case of accident. And you happen to go by mistake.
It's incredible. It really is. You go around Troutbridge acting like a cross between Dr. Crippen and Martha Harriet. They take no notice at all. I warned Admiralty you'll be wasting your time with that sharp.
Oh, fair. They didn't like my suitcase.
Oh, yes, but...
Henry Povey.
Yes, madam.
How much longer are you two going on talking shop? I'm getting peckish. I think you better ask your little friends to stay to dinner.
Oh, can I really, my love?
Yes, but just this once. I'm not having you and your comrades in arms turning my house into a soup kitchen.
Are we having soup?
Certainly not. We're having cocoa and crisps as usual.
Cocoa and... well, I don't think I'll bother. That is time's getting on.
Nonsense. Henry will soon get it for us.
But my love, we've run out of crisps.
Oh, very well. Then permission to pop out and get another packet. Well, hurry now, and no undoing it at the wrong end and sneaking a couple of big ones out on the way back.
Oh no, my love, I'll be back as soon as I can.
Right. Well, I don't know what you're going to do whilst Henry's gone, but I'm watching the telly.
I say, what's that? Sounds like a fight.
No, it's probably Henry falling over my bike. He usually does. Take no notice unless you hear the ambulance coming.
And that ends our transmission for tonight. We shall be with you again tomorrow morning at 10:30 when Professor Grimward Cromarty gives his lecture on bell ringing for beginners. Viewers should have ready a set of bells tuned to F sharp, C.
Well, that's that. I enjoyed the play. Wait. I've just realized something. Where is Henry?
He never came back.
What? He's been gone for nearly 2 hours. Oh, I bet I know what it is. He's dropped those crisps in the mud and daren't come home. Yes, either that or he's eaten one.
Well, when he does turn up, you could always count them.
I shall, don't you fret. That'll be the dirtiest stop out now. Well, we'll soon see what sort of disgusting debauchery he's been up to. I shan't be a minute.
Right there.
Stay right where you are and hand over those crisps.
I beg your pardon. I'm Lieutenant Murray. Mr. Phillips and CPO Pertwee are with me.
Oh? Well, what are you three here for?
We wanted a word with Captain Povey.
So do I. But come in and make sure you stand on the newspaper and don't go putting your hands on the pink emulsion. Well, now, what's all this about?
Oh, it concerns a guest you had here earlier.
Oh, in that case, can I help at all? I doubt it. I mean, how could you when we just smuggled you on board, sir?
Lummy. Oh, Lord. Povey, how'd you get back? You should be halfway behind the iron curtain by now.
I say, if he's still here, who do we put on that ship? I have a feeling I don't want to think about that.
Now, come along. Now, speak up. What's been going on? You come barging into my residence without so much as a... Quiet. While I answer. Hello?
Is that you, my love?
Henry Povey, what's the meaning of this? Where are you?
On the Isle of Wight.
What? Suffering sink tidies. What are you doing over there? You needn't have gone that far just for a packet of crisps.
I didn't. I've been kidnapped.
Kidnapped?
Lummy, it was him. Out, Mr. Phillips, out, quick. But surely we ought to explain what to know after you, sir. Good night, all. Hello. What's all the noise?
Oh, you're still there, are you, Henry? Well, just to get back here this once.
But
I suppose you've been on some drunken orgy and spent the crisp money. Well, just you wait until I see you. Isle of Wight, indeed, a likely story.
But it's true. A gang of ruffians put a sack over my head and shanghaied me onto this foreign cargo boat. They were going to take me behind the Iron Curtain. I've only just persuaded them to put me off at Ventnor instead. I might have been shot.
I don't believe a word of it. Get back here at once, Henry.
But there's no ferry boat.
Then swim for it. And heaven help you if you get the salt in that packet of crisp wet doing it. I've never heard of such a lot of old nonsense in all my nasty.
But, my love,
You've had your pocket money and your Sunday crumpet for 1 month now. I'm not standing for any more shenanigans.
And that was John Pertwee, Leslie Phillips, and Stephen Murray working their passage in the Navy Lark, written by Laurie Wyman. John Pertwee was the Chief Petty Officer, Leslie Phillips was the Sub-Lieutenant, Stephen Murray was the number 1, Captain Povey was played by Richard Caldecott, Able Seaman Johnson was Ronnie Barker, Heather was Heather Chasen, Judy was Judy Cornwell, Rear Admiral Ironbridge was Michael Bates, and Lieutenant Evans was played by Daniel Evans. The recorded production was by Alistair Scott Johnston. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the Navy Lark with our 3 stars, Leslie Phillips, Stephen Murray, and John Pertwee. Now, there are several things that can occur with boats. You can mess about in them, you can be messed about by them, or if you're anything like the mob on Troutbridge, you can just be a right old mess. For the past 5 days... It's true. Sure. For the past 5 days, they've been at sea in Troutbridge, an event which has pleased none of them with the exception of the newlywed captain, Lieutenant Commander Staunton.
Oh, the relief. My word, number 1, old fruit. It's at times like these that a chap appreciates being in the service, you know.
Yes, so you've been saying ever since you came aboard, sir.
Yes.
May we ask, relief from what?
Oh, marriage, old fruit, marriage. Yes. They shouldn't allow it, you know. It ought to be stamped on. Yes.
Oh, dear, I'm sorry to hear this, sir. I got the impression that you and your wife were admirably suited to one another. I mean, you both like fishing?
Oh, yes. Well, there you have it in a, well, whatever it is people have it in, what?
Nutshell, sir.
What? What was that you said, old boots?
He said nutshells.
Oh, did he? Well, nutshells to him, too, I'm sure, yes. No, then, where were we? What? Marriage, that was it. Marriage and fishing. They don't go together, you know.
Oh, but surely your wife likes fishing, sir.
Oh, she does, old wash basin. Yes, that's the trouble. If you see what I mean. She came with me on the honeymoon, you see. Disaster it was. Oh, terrible.
Well, I believe on honeymoons, wives often do come along, you know.
Yes. Well, that's one stopping at once, old boy, yes. It was this trout, you see. It was this trout, great big fellow he was. He caused all the trouble.
You caught it, sir?
Yes, no, that was the snag, old Marrow. She caught it. Yeah. I tell you, number 1, when I saw her hauling in old chummy out of the water, well, it was at that moment I realized that the honeymoon was over.
Oh, shame.
Mr. Phillips,
Just a minute, Pertwee. I'm talking to the captain.
yes, sir, I know.
Yeah, Pertwee, please, don't interrupt.
No, well, suit yourself, sir. It's just a small matter of navigational, sir. Navigational.
Well, what about them?
Well, nothing much, sir, but your last order was left hand down a bit.
That's right, yes.
Yeah, well, that was half an hour ago, sir. We've been right round in a circle twice already. If you don't straighten her up soon, I reckon we'll unscrew this bit of sea and fall right through the ruddy hole.
What? Oh, lummy, put a bung in it.
Put a bung in it?
No. Turn the tap off.
Turn the tap off?
No, screw.
Screw?
Yeah, screw it back.
Screw it back. Right, screw it back.
Try straighten her up, Mr. Phillips.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. How could you possibly... Oh, yes, of course. Straighten her up, Chief.
At last. Straighten up a minute here, sir. Excuse me for asking, sir. I was wondering if you'd heard what we're exactly doing out here, sir. You know, what I mean, we've been floating about in the North Sea for days now, you know, and nobody seems to know where we're going, sir.
With Mr. Phillips' navigation, that's hardly a novelty, is it?
No, sir, no, but as a rule, we know where we're supposed to be going. I mean, even if we don't know where it is from where we are, when we don't know where we are from where it is, where we're supposed to be going, or which way it was when he went in where, round about where we come around in, I mean, do we? I said, do we, sir? Mr. Phillips, sir. Take him on a starting, sir. Well, somebody. Why don't nobody ever answer, Pertwee?
We can't, Chief. We're all too busy trying to work out the question.
Here, I say, for you chaps. I think old Povey's coming up here.
Good, Robbie. First, nobody tells us where we're going. Then we find he's coming with us. A right trip, this is, I'll tell you.
So this is where you all are, is it? That's right, old yardarm. Yes, glad you found your way, all right. I don't pop up to the bridge much myself, you know. Silly of me, really, because it's a pretty little place, isn't it? What?
Pretty little place?
Oh, yes. You get a grand view from here, you know. Oh, on a fine day, you can see the windows. No, that's all right. No, that's not right. Think again, Head. No, don't bother. It's hopeless.
You know, really. Now then, I imagine you all want to know why we're up here off the coast of Scotland. And who the two passengers aboard are.
Yes, I believe the Chief has expressed a certain curiosity from time to time, sir.
Yes, I can imagine. Well, allow me to put you all out of your misery. The two passengers are Professor Duncan Caskett and his assistant, Miss Crombie. And we're bound for Loch Ness. You see, the professor is most interested in the monster and firmly believes it exists. He's sure that it must be at least 60 million years old. And if that is so, there must be some property in the loch water which keeps it alive.
Really? No wonder it's supposed to have all those humps. What do you mean, sir? Well, if you've been stuck in a lot of dirty water for 60 million years, you'd have the hump too. You were saying, sir?
I was saying that it is the professor's hope that he may discover what this property is and use it for the benefit of the human race.
Yeah, but I hope he don't find it.
You're to set course for Inverness immediately. From there, we shall all proceed to Loch Ness in the launch.
Oh, splendid, old brass hat. Anyone mind if I take me rods along? Excuse me, beg pardon, excuse me. I say, miss, could I have a bit of service, please?
Oh, hi.
Sir, I'll have 2 halves of best bitter and make one of them better than the other because it's going to be mine. Oh, lovely. I suppose you wouldn't feel like treating a couple of lonely sailors on shore leave before they go on a dangerous and highly secret mission, would you?
Niks en nog. We have rather nu vraagt me Glen. En slachter nu je cannot bro will be 2 pennies.
I didn't quite get that last bit. Oh, here you are, Tar. I bet if the chief had tried that on it would have worked. Excuse me, please. Beg your pardon. Mind your back. Here, careful. If you don't move, I'll slop it over you.
You better not, Johnson.
What? Sorry, pardon, sir. I didn't know it was you.
It's your turn to buy the drinks, I see.
No, sir, but I'm with able Seaman Goldstein, sir.
Oh, yes, enough said.
Yeah.
Have you seen number one in here tonight?
Yes, sir, he's over there with the Chief and Captain Povey.
Ah, yes. Thanks very much. I'll go and join them. Excuse me. I beg your pardon. So sorry. Hello, chap.
Oh, good evening, Mr. Phillips. It's your round. A small gin, please. No, I'll have a large scotch, thank you.
Yeah, plus half a rum for Chiefy O'Jonesy, sir. If I may say, how very pleased we are to see you, sir.
So it seems. Yes. I hope I haven't kept you all waiting.
No, we've kept going on crisps and wallop up to now.
Have you? Then you should have got the taste for it by now. 3 halves of wallop, and that's Leslie's best offer.
We accept.
Yes, I was afraid you would. Can anyone lend me 5 bob?
Hey, what I mean there? Isn't it marvellous, isn't it? The old ship's skint now.
Well, it's hardly new, is it? We always are.
Well, speaking for myself, I must say, although I like another drink, it's sufficient to have a chance to be out with the boys for once. My dear wife, Ramona, doesn't approve of hostelries, you know. Oh, if she could see me now, she'd do her nuts.
Yeah, well, that's understandable, isn't it, sir? I mean, it's a dead cert we'll get involved in a monumental slosh up tonight. With about threepence between the 4 of us.
Well, I wouldn't bank on it, Chief, but I think Mafking is about to stand a chance of being relieved.
Look, Lummy, it's what's his name, Miss Thingamajig. Who? I mean, Doodar and Miss What's-it.
Oh, Professor Casket and Miss Crombie.
Well, exactly, that's just what I said.
Good evening,
Captain Povey.
Yes, and,
Everyone.
Exactly. We were,
Wondering if...
yes. If you would care to,
join us in?
Quite. In, partaking of,
More gin, large scotch.
Half a rum.
A bit of lemon and ice.
Not to worry, Professor, I'll get them. I'm good at it, you know. Elbows out and a good pair of solid shoes. Who can't whack it for getting a bit of service, what? Well, gangway, gals coming through, chaps. Out of the road, you wallet bathroom.
Pretty little thing, isn't she?
Oh, yes. Very, attractive.
Positively glamorous.
Yeah. It's the bifurcals and the Wellington boots that gives one a nasty... It also gives you a slight into the unnecessaries when you look at her, I must say.
Well, Professor, when do you wish to start your experiment?
Experiments? What experiment? Oh, experiments. Oh, I've started already, you know. Mm-hmm. I've been dipping jam jars into the lock.
I don't suppose you've found anything as yet?
Oh, yes, I have. Yes, I have. 14 jam jars full of dirty water. I asked one of the locals, you know, and he said this is the one with the monster in it. At least I think he did.
What did he say exactly?
Ah, that's the trouble, you see. I don't know. There was a lot of do you ken the new ark, Denok, Dock, and so on. But in the middle of it, I caught a couple of words that convinced me that this was the monster's lock.
Yeah, well, what words were they, sir?
Well, after something that sounded like breathing fire from 8 humps, he definitely mentioned fangs, claws, and skin like a tank.
Yeah, good night, all. Fall in 16 men after the tea. Pertwee wants an escort home. Shoot when you see the whites of its 89I flag. This way to the armoured car.
Chief, will you shut up? You're making us all nervous.
You speak for yourself, sir. I've been nervous for days.
Gangway, chaps. A tray full of booze coming through. Make way for the weaker sex.
She's joking, of course.
Well, here we are, and radio cash ran out, so I've got you all walloped instead. Help yourselves. Got to get back with the tray. There's 10 bob deposit on it.
Oh, allow me to take it back, madam. We can't have you lifting heavy grapes.
Oh, not to bother. Rather do it myself. Besides, you might stick to the 10 bob, what?
William talking about it.
Oh, heavens to Betsy, I've just remembered. Povey, old man.
Yes, old boy? I mean, sir, that is...
The landlord's got a message for you. We had a phone call from your wife.
Just you were in the bar, and when he told her you were, she said she thought you would be, and what she had to say could wait until she got you at home.
Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Well, I don't care. It's been worth it.
Bully for you, sir. That's the spirit. Show her who's master. I think she already knows, Mr. Phillips. Yes, well, I think I'd better be getting back in case she phones again. I mean, in case we have to make an early start in the morning. Certainly. Drink up, Mr. Phillips. Aye, sir, I'm not used to drinking wallop, and this glass is a bit of a monster. Mr. Phillips! Kindly choose your words a little more carefully. Remember, we've got to walk along beside the lock to get to our sleeping quarters.
Oh, yes, so we have, yes. It's a good thing it's moonlight. I wonder if we shall see any sign of the...
Out, and before we go, Bags Pertwee walks in the middle all the way back.
When we walked to the pub, I'm sure it wasn't as far as this.
Oh, yes, it was, sir. It's just because it's dark now that it seems longer.
Well, walking along by the edge of the lock like this, even Mr. Phillips could hardly lose us, could he, sir?
I wouldn't care to bet on it.
No, neither would I. Mr. Phillips, Mr. Phillips, had you noticed we've run out of lock to walk beside?
Besides what?
No.
Oh, I see. Yeah, well, that's ridiculous. We can't have done. The pub was on the south side of the loch. And our little bit of hame from hame was on the south side. All we had to do was walk along until we came to it.
Mr. Phillips, which side was the water on when we walked to the pub?
Well, on the right-hand side, sir.
And which side is it now?
The right-hand side, sir. I was particularly careful to check that when we... Oh. It shouldn't be, should it?
No, it's something well shouldn't. Either we've walked miles beyond the pub, or somehow or other you've got us over to the north side.
Either way, we know something now, don't we?
What, Chief?
Mr. Phillips can't navigate on land either.
Whoever thought he could?
Here, I say, you chaps aren't losing confidence in me, are you?
Oh, perish the thought, sir. Perish the thought, Mr. Phillips. So there's nothing we wanted to do more than walk miles and miles in the wrong direction, in the pitch dark in the middle of the night, with monsters on the prowl all round. And... Help! It's a monster! It's the one with the fangs and the claws and the skin like a tank. Don't eat Pertwee, monster! I'm an acquired taste.
Oh, how true. No, be quiet. It's only a dog.
No, it isn't, sir. Look, I can see it ahead of us, sir. Look there, look there.
What there?
There, look. What there? Yes, there, sir. It's a great big thing. All looming in the glooming.
What? Oh, Lummy.
It's real. I believe it's precious. So do I.
Look out, it's starting to move. Go on, get back. Go on, back. Go on, run for it. It's like a pound.
Ooh. Is that you, Chief?
Lummy, it's a talking monster.
Yeah, it's a talking monster, all right. Wait till I get my fangs and claws on his skin like a tank. That's how you clod-hopping great clown. What do you think you're doing?
I'm lost.
And that makes two of us. We're a couple of misplaced persons and have been for hours.
Telling me it's Goldstein. We thought you was the monster.
Who? We thought you was. That's why I howled to frighten you off, you see.
Very lifelike, I thought it was.
Yeah. I can do sheep as well, you know.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's very clever, but I can't think of a time when being able to say bah would come in handy.
Yeah, Goldstein.
I had an uncle that did impressions once, you know. Only he did trams going up and down hills.
Now, look here.
He did it once when my auntie was crossing the road.
Oh, I bet that made a jump, didn't it?
No, it didn't actually, more's the pity.
Oh.
You see, it wasn't my uncle at all. It was a tram going down the hill, and it caught her a glancing blow right in the handbag.
Oh, nasty.
Goldstein,
You know, she should have known it wasn't him, really, because at the same time as he went, whoa, wow, whoa, wow, whoa, wow, he used to go, ning, 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 and swing his arms about, bashing himself to bits as if he was the driver on a bitterly cold day.
Belt up, Goldstein!
I think I'm going up the wall. It's unbelievable. 5 grown men standing about in the middle of the night listening to one idiot going, wow, 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 wow.
No, if you'll excuse me for saying so, sir, but you haven't got that quite right. It's not wow, 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 wow. It's whoa, wow, whoa, wow, whoa, wow.
Shut up!
All changed.
Oh, for heaven's sake, let's start walking in one direction or the other. We'll never get back to the base. And the professor wants to get out in the lounge early tomorrow morning.
Right, come on, chaps, this way.
Are you certain it's this way, Mr. Phillips?
Absolutely positive, sir.
Good, that settles it. We'll go that way instead. We may as well give ourselves a sporting chance of getting back before dawn.
Very funny. Well, you can all go that way if you like. I'm going this way. I've just worked it out by the stars, you see, and you're all going to be jolly sorry if you didn't take my advice and follow me.
Possibly, but I think we'll risk it. Good night, Mr. Phillips. If you haven't turned up by Thursday, we'll send a search party. Morning, Chief. Lunch ready?
All ready, sir. She's tied up at the end of the jetty.
Splendid. I imagine the professor will be along shortly. I suppose you haven't seen anything of Mr. Phillips this morning?
Not as yet. No.
I presume he did get back last night?
Oh, I imagine so, sir, yeah. Although after the quick butchers at the local map this morning, I can't help feeling that his way may have been a little longer than ours.
Really? How much longer?
Oh, about 4 hours walk, sir. Providing he ran, of course.
I see. Well, that means he got here about half an hour ago. Wonder where he is now.
Good morning, number 1. Where are the others?
Well, sir, we're not sure if Mr. Phillips has got back from last night's walkies yet.
If there's any justice, the monster will have got him. What about Lieutenant Commander Staunton?
Oh, well, now, it's funny you should mention him, sir. You know, I really can't remember seeing him since we got here.
Gone fishing, I suppose. Well, that'll be the last we'll see of him for a month. Now, let's... What's that? Sounds like a telephone ringing.
Yeah, it seems to be coming from that little light at the end of the jetty, sir.
Why, shouldn't think it's for us, would you? We shall never know if we don't answer it, shall we? Come on, quick, get the door open. Hello, Jetty Hut speaking.
Hello, your early morning call, Mr. Phillips.
What?
It's 7:30. Thank you.
No, wait. Just a minute. What is all this? Where's Mr. Phillips supposed to be?
Well, when he moved the call, he said he'd been asleep in a launch at the end of the jetty, and would we keep on ringing until he woke up?
I see. He did. Thank you. I'll see he gets his call, all right. Goodbye. Chief, sir, you might walk down to the end of the jetty and see if Mr. Phillips is in the lounge and whether he's like his early morning tea and biscuits yet.
Oh, blimey, that's where he ended. I mean, yes.
Odd, isn't it? He always seems to get back eventually. Wonder if he ordered a morning paper as well.
Oh, really? This is absolutely... Hello?
One moment, please. I have a long-distance call for you.
What? But it's completely ludicrous. Here we are in the middle of nowhere, and we keep getting telephone calls.
Hello, could I speak to Captain Povey, please?
Speaking, who's that?
Ben Cornwall, sir. I'm speaking from your office at Portsmouth.
Good grief, how did you know where I was?
It was a guest, sir. I understand there was a call from Mr. Phillips from that number about an hour ago, asking if somebody would cancel his morning paper.
Oh, no. I'm surprised the idiot didn't reverse the charges.
He did.
Trust him to spend about 5 shillings to save the cost of a morning paper. I'll have something to say to him about this when I see him.
Oh, that reminds me, sir. I have an urgent message from your wife.
Oh, dear. There's nothing wrong, is there?
She said I was to give you her compliments, and she hoped you got the hangover you richly deserved.
What?
And that it was not a bit of good hiding up there with your booze-bashing friends. The longer you stayed, the worse it would be for you when you got back and she could sort you out.
Oh, no. Well, tell her I'll get this job cleared up here this morning, and I'll be back by the first train.
Very good, sir. She said she thought you would be, and I was to tell you she'd be there to meet it.
Thank you. Thank you very much indeed. Goodbye. Number 1, where's the professor?
Gone to get his jam jars, I believe, sir.
Oh, has he? Well, he'd better get all the dirty water he wants on this trip this morning because it's the last one. We've been recalled.
Yes, I rather thought we might have been.
It's urgent Admiralty business. You understand.
Oh, quiet.
Yes, good. Well, now, for heaven's sake, let's get down to the launch and get going before that blasted phone rings again.
Tiller left hand sideways. A bit.
Tiller left hand sideways.
A bit it is, sir. Good show.
We're not keeping you up, are we, Mr. Phillips?
Yes, as a matter of fact, you're being a bit sulky to Leslie, aren't you, sir? It's all right for you. You've had a good night's sleep. I was walking myself to a standstill all night.
I should have thought you'd have started in sparring, sir. That's what I should have thought. You'd have seen all the beauties of the countryside in the moonlight, listening to the dawn chorus and the gentle mooing of the island cattle across the Avon, and the gentle splash of the water against the banks and braes as you fell in the loch for the 18th time.
How did you know I fell in?
Oh, simple deduction, sir. When we woke you up, you were sitting in the launch in a little puddle, and your uniform was sort of steaming in the sun. Very pretty it was.
Excuse me, gentlemen, but this looks a likely spot. Oh, certainly, sir. Put the brakes on and shove her into neutral.
Put the brakes? What are you talking about?
He means park it.
Oh, I see.
No. Wait. What's that out there? There's something on the horizon.
Whereabouts, sir?
Where? Oh, I see. Good gracious.
Oh, take that.
It's traveling at a terrific rate. But it's coming straight for us.
It's the monster! It is! We're all going to be eaten and become another 6 amps. Yes, Pertwee's kingdom for an helicopter. Have a bit with Jonesy. The monster's after him.
Stop jumping up and down, Pertwee. You have the launch over. I can't understand it. Look through the glasses. It's a rowing boat, but it must be doing about 20 knots.
Let's go, you brute. Stop it, I say. Give me back me line.
Lummies, Lieutenant Commander Staunton.
Oh, you know what's happened? He's got his rod out, and he must have caught the monster. That's what's pulling him along.
Get it out, do you hear? Oh, dear. Hang on, Arms. You'll have your rod. Let go, you bounder.
Lummy, how about that? His rod went straight into the water like a dart.
Captain's blowing up and coming alongside, sir.
Ahoy there. So, what happened?
The impossible, old Sauerpot. I must have caught the big fella. Oh, and I'll never forget it. There was I having a quiet little fish, and then, bang, whoosh, my line went taut and I was doing 50 miles an hour.
I knew this was the right lock. I knew there'd be a monster down there somewhere. Oh, what a pity you didn't land him.
Land him? The bounder blooming well nearly landed me, old brute.
Now, here, what's going on? Hey, what's all that bubble noise?
It's the monster! He's coming up and he's after us, that's what it is! Hey! Loch Ness Nellie wants her pudding!
It's not, you know. Unless Nellie's made of tin.
Lummy, it's a submarine.
What? Oh, good grief. It's one of those new ones from the United States Navy.
Oh, dear, how very disappointing. Exactly.
It's raising its hat to us.
That's the conning tower hat, idiot.
All right, you crummy lot of creeps! What did you do, huh? How did you stop our propeller? Never mind that, you villains. What have you done with me fishing rod? Give it back, I say.
No, Lieutenant Commander Staunton, don't you realize what you've done? Your blasted fishing rod has fouled their pops.
Well, if they bent it, they can jolly well buy me another one. Solid steel, that was.
But don't you understand? The American government spends millions of dollars making a nuclear submarine, and then you have to go fishing and wreck the whole project. We shall be the laughing stock of every navy in the world.
I don't see that, sir. I should have thought they would be. After all, surely this makes Lieutenant Commander Staunton's fishing rod the ultimate deterrent.
Oh, I say, I suppose it does.
What's that ringing noise?
Well, I think it's the phone in the little hut on the jetty, sir. I shouldn't bother about it. It's probably a wrong number.
It's not. I know what it is. It's Ramona again. Head for the shore at once. We must get there before it stops ringing, or she'll swear I was in the pub again.
Aye, sir. Brakes off.
Right off, sir.
Bung her in first.
Bung her in first, sir.
And easy with the clutch.
If you insist, sir, and off we go, laughing. Hey, come on! You can't leave us down here like this. We've got to get back to base for the Admiral to have his decar letter. Help! We want to
And that was John Pertwee, Leslie Phillips, and Stephen Murray working their passage in the Navy Lark, written by Laurie Wyman. John Pertwee was the Chief Petty Officer, Leslie Phillips was the Sub-Lieutenant, Stephen Murray was the number 1, Captain Povey was played by Richard Caldecott, Heather was Heather Chasen, Judy was Judy Cornwell, Taffy Goldstein was Teniel Evans, Able Seaman Johnson was Ronnie Barker, and Rear Admiral Ironbridge was played by Michael Bates. The recorded production was by Alistair Scott Johnston. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the Navy Lark with our 3 stars, Stephen Murray, John Pertwee, and Leslie Phillips. Life is full of little surprises for most people, particularly when the postman calls at breakfast time. Well, he never surprises me. I know what I'm going to get. Another tax demand that says pay in 7 days or we'll have all the furniture removed, including the bath. Or a bill from the garage for repairing the parts on the car that broke down again the day afterwards, you know. However, someone who is in for some surprising mail is Chief Petty Officer Pertwee.
Who is it? Able Seaman Johnson?
Is it?
Yes.
Well, give the code knock then.
Oh, blimey.
Oh, it is you.
Of course it is, Chief. Nobody else knows the code.
No, neither do you gormless gasometer. Yeah, what's that you got there, then?
The ship's mail.
Inside? Has it been sorted?
Yeah, I've been through it and there are no registered letters and only one that might have money in it.
Show me.
There you are.
Right. Switch the big light on whilst I hold it up to the light. Ah, not a sign.
Here, you're going to give it the Utah test?
Naturally. No, there's no Bank of England notepaper in there.
Well, that's it then, innit?
That's it?
Yeah.
That's it, stone me. This is right, isn't it? The crew must be getting their little presents from home smuggled in some other way. You know, if I don't know who had a little windfall in the post, how do I know who to try and borrow from?
I reckon they tumble there, you always seem to know exactly how much to ask for and who's got it. Taffy said it was blooming uncanny.
Did he?
Oh, I just remembered, Chief, there is one letter I didn't look at.
Hey? Well, why didn't you say so? Who's it for?
You. It's probably from one of your relatives, because it's from prison.
Yeah, well, that's quite... Hey, what are you talking about?
Prison.
From where?
Prison it's from. It's got the crest stamped on the back, see? HMP and a sort of crown on it.
Johnson, it may surprise you to know that there are people in the world who happen to have the initials HMP and crests on their envelopes who aren't in the nick.
Very likely, but my bet is that HMP on an envelope to you isn't from one of them. It's from the nick.
Well, that's where you're wrong, see? It so happens that this is from a certain milady acquaintance of mine who is straight out of the top drawer.
Did she fall or was she pushed?
You know. You must know, this is from the Honourable Melissa Plankworthy. A well-connected member of society and a very sprauncy bint to boot.
With a name like that, she'd have to be, wouldn't she? Here, how did you come to meet her then, Chief?
Well, she copped a puncture in her bike, you see, when she was in the Gosport High Street, and I lent her me chewing gum to get her home.
Oh, well, I suppose that's what the letter is. She sent it back.
Yeah, naturally, Vic. What are you talking about? Of course it is.
Well, perhaps it's a reward.
Johnson, when a Pertwee assists a damsel in distress, he doesn't expect or look for... There they are. Not a flaming sausage. Here, look, that's typical, isn't it? That's typical of the political dericals, isn't it? There, my last bit of chewing gum. And all I get's an invitation to the Northampton Horse and Hound Harriers annual hunt ball and get-together. There. It's a bit much, isn't it? An invitation to what?
I think it's your coming out party, Chief.
Stone me. Pertwee, an hunt ball. Well, that's going to involve a bit of rapid tailoring for somebody, that is, isn't it?
What do you mean?
Well, if you're going to do a thing, do it right and proper. That's what I say.
Yeah, I know you do. I've been done right and proper ever since I knew you.
Yeah, and you will be again if you don't shut up. Now, look. Now, where's Johnsy going to get a set of hunting pinks on the cheap?
Hunting waters?
Pinks! You know what pinks are, don't you?
Pinks?
Yeah, pinks. You know, the red coat and the white bloomers and the shiny boots and all that, and the old hard hat and the swisher for me nag, you know.
You're going to walk through the docks wearing that little lot, it ought to start something. I can hear the lads off the other ships now. Stand well back, here she comes. Matt Dillon of Portsmouth is rolling into town.
You shut up. That'll do.
This way to see the ringmaster. The Liberty horses is right behind.
Cork up, you barrel of lard. Cork up. You can chop all you like, Johnson. You can chop. But Pertwee's going to the hunt ball no matter what it costs.
If I know you, it's no matter who it costs.
Yeah, that's a point, isn't it? How am I going to get to Northampton anyway? I'm skint.
Well, platform ticket as usual, I suppose.
No, I've been to Northampton before. The lad with the brass buttons on his waistcoat and the little up of the exit knows me.
What station doesn't?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
There must be a way, mustn't there? There must be a way, there must be a way out to get to Northampton.
Good morning, sir. Anything in the mail?
No, nothing unusual, Mr. Phillips. There's the customary long letter from Mrs. Blodwyn Goldstein asking when her clever son Taffy is going to be made a leading seaman.
You know, I think he writes those himself.
Oh, I'm sure of it. Just lately, they've been coming in envelopes marked OHMS and franked from HMS Troutbridge.
I say there's a bit much, isn't it? I mean, you think he could afford a threepenny stamp.
Well, this letter explains that. It says that if he was a leading seaman, he could.
Incidentally, sir, I suppose you don't happen to know Wren Cornwall is on duty this morning, do you, sir?
Mr. Phillips, in case you hadn't noticed, this particular uniform indicates I'm a lieutenant in the Royal Navy, not a second officer in the Wrens. I am therefore not kept informed of the Wren's whereabouts. Why this sudden interest in Wren Cornwall's duties?
Well, sir, I had an invitation from some old friends of the Maters, and I was thinking of taking duty.
Oh. Why not take Heather?
Well, it's for Saturday week, you see, sir, and Heather is on duty that weekend.
Oh. Well, as a matter of fact, I was thinking of asking Judy out that Saturday.
But you're duty officer that weekend, sir.
Well, I thought I'd ask you to do it for me.
Well, I can't very well, sir. I'm expecting to take Judy out.
Just a minute, I'm getting confused. What is this invitation, anyway?
It's in Northampton, sir. It's the Northampton Horse and Hound Harriers Hunt Ball and Get-Together.
How on earth did you get mixed up with that lot?
Well, the mater knows the Plankworthys, you see, and their daughter, Melissa, was in Gosport recently on holiday, and I lent her my bike.
How kind.
Yes. Odd, though, when it came back, it had a dirty great lump of chewing gum inside one of the tires.
Gracious. Come in.
Excuse me, sir. I was wondering if I could have a 48-hour pass for Saturday week with a railway warrant made out to Northwest.
No, Chief. Nice of you to ask. Good morning. Bud turn. Quick march. Left, right, left, right, left, right, left. Halt, dismiss, and carry on. You were saying, Mr. Phillips?
I don't remember, sir, but I'll lay 6 to 4 Pertwee will be back inside 5 minutes.
Really? I'd give it 3 minutes at maximum. They were both wrong, 1.5. Come in.
Excuse me again, sir. It's about the men's shoes, sir.
Men's shoes?
Yes, sir. Yeah, there's been a rough old lot flying about lately, sir. Yeah, and I thought instead of reporting it through the usual channels, it might save a bit of time if I went up to Northampton and had a quiet word with the manufacturers. You know what I mean, sir? I mean, in business, the personal touch don't half count at a time like this, so I thought if I could have a pass and a railway one at the Saturday week, I mean, I'd be only too pleased to make it my duty to chat him on the subject. So then,
No, Chief.
No?
No.
Oh.
Very thoughtful of you, though. But turn, quick march,
No,
left,
sir, I
right,
don't
left,
quite
right, left, right, left. Halt, dismiss, carry on.
About my long-lost brother, sir, I just found out, so that next week he's playing for the Northampton Academical, sir. And it seemed a grand opportunity for a family reunion, so if I could have a pass...
No,
Chief.
Lummy, I thought you were going to shut his nose in the door.
If he puts his nose round it once more, I shall. Funny that he seems to want to go to Northampton next Saturday as well.
Yes, perhaps he's got an invitation to the hunt ball, too.
If he has, he'd probably turn up in hunting pink, complete with swisher for his nag. Can you imagine it?
Yes, I can, sir. Sir.
What?
Do you mind if I ring up my tailor and cancel a certain order I gave this morning, sir?
What? Oh, bother. I wish I hadn't said anything now.
Then I think I'll go and try and find Judy.
You're dicing with trouble a bit, aren't you? Not that I'd say anything to Heather, of course.
Oh, no, sir. Of course not.
Still, she might easily find out that you've taken Judy, by accident, naturally.
Oh, naturally. I thought of that. I'm going to explain it to both of them in a way that will keep them both perfectly happy. You leave that to me, sir.
I'd certainly rather.
Hello, Heather. Is old Thunderguts in his office?
He is. He's been sending stuff out for me to type all morning like a factory trying to step up its export drive.
I'd better not stay long, then. I just picked up my pass for tomorrow.
Oh, are you going home?
No, didn't Leslie tell you? I'm going to Northampton. Pity you couldn't go, but you wouldn't have enjoyed it much, would you?
Well, I wasn't even asked, actually.
Well, I don't suppose he bothered to mention it, knowing you can't dance.
Can't dance?
Well, not the modern stuff. You know, like rock.
Well, it's news to me that Mr. Phillips can.
Oh, he's mad about rock.
Well, he probably thinks it's a stick of peppermint you can eat.
He did explain about going to Northampton, didn't he?
Oh, yes. But I think I must have misunderstood some of the details. I thought he had to attend a sort of sports day at his grandmother's old school.
I expect he was trying to be kind. He explained why you didn't dance, of course.
Oh, did he?
I think it's awful how some parents carried on in those days. Fancy making you be indoors by 6:30 every night.
I beg your pardon?
Then not being able to wear nylons or makeup until you were 21, and having to make cigarettes out of brown paper and cabbage leaves because they took all your wages. Oh, it must have been gruesome.
Well, I was allowed 3 a week pocket money, and Father repaired my clogs for nothing.
I know, but it's no life, is it? Coming into the services must have been a big break for you.
Oh, it was. It was like stepping out of the darkness and into the sun for the first time. Just as if a door had opened.
Morning, girls. Any messages?
Not yet, but give me time and I'll have one for you, Daddy-o.
What do you mean, Daddy? Oh. Lummy.
Something troubling you, Mr. Phillips?
He does look a bit pale, doesn't he?
Well, perhaps he's been smoking cigarettes made out of brown paper and cabbage leaves.
Now, Heather, I can explain.
Don't bother. I've got a lot of work to do and I have to be in by 6:30.
Oh. Yes, I was forgetting.
By the way, Leslie, I've just seen the chief, and he says we can have a lift up to Northampton in his car.
Really? Well, that's jolly... In his what?
Oh, didn't you know? He's got a new Fosdyke 3-litre Sports.
He's pinched it.
Oh, yeah, my reaction precisely, but he hasn't. I've seen the receipt. He tells me one of his relatives won the pools and shared it amongst the family.
A likely story. What I know of the Pertwees, they wouldn't share a bus shelter in a monsoon.
The blue blistering blazes is all this noise about out here. I can't hear myself think.
Well, I shouldn't bother then. Well, jolly nice of you, sir. Jolly nice. You are just in time.
Oh, it's you two, is it? I might have known.
You wanted to see us, sir?
Yes, I do, and it's extremely urgent. Come into my office.
Right, sir. Right, sir. Cheerio, girls. See you later. Huh. Perhaps I shouldn't have said that.
Come on, Casanova.
It'll be a pleasure, sir.
You said it was urgent, sir. If it's about CPO Pertwee's sudden wealth, it's as much a mystery to us as...
Never mind CPO Pertwee. This isn't exactly a naval matter. Number one, Mr. Phillips, I need your help. I'm facing a most terrible domestic crisis.
We know, sir. We've met her several times.
You know, I don't think it's going to be your day.
It never is, actually, sir.
Gentlemen, friends, I hesitate to say this, but, well, I have reason to suspect that my dear wife, Ramona, has found another man.
Good gracious. But that's ridiculous, sir. I mean, what other man would be clot enough to... you know, you were dead right, sir. It's not my day.
No, surely there must be some mistake, sir.
No, I'm afraid not. She keeps making excuses for going out here every night. It started about 10 days ago. She told me she was going to the Plaza Majestic Cinema to see Carry On Deck Chair Man. Well, after she'd gone out, I looked up the times of showing in the local paper so that I'd know when she'd be back. It was then that I realized she'd been fibbing to me. There isn't a Plaza Majestic Cinema.
Yeah, even so, I shouldn't think there's anything in that, sir.
Well, what about the other nights? 5 times she's told me she's going to visit her cousin Edith.
Well, that sounds harmless enough, sir.
I know, but for the past 5 years, her cousin Edith has lived in Peru.
Well, perhaps British Railways are running cheap excursions.
No matter how terrible it is, I've got to know the truth about Ramona. Now, she's going out again tomorrow night. She says it's a meeting of the East Gosport Good Neighbour and Fellow Ratepayers Knitting Guild.
Well, perhaps she really is.
Tomorrow is Saturday. They meet on Tuesdays. And in any case, she can't knit.
Oh, no, of course not. She doesn't have to, does she? I mean, you have to darn your own socks. What do you want us to do, actually, sir?
Follow her.
What? Oh, no, really, sir, I don't think
Please, number one, I've got to know what's breaking up the happy home. I must know where she goes.
I suppose you couldn't follow her yourself without giving away that you're suspicious.
Well, it's not that exactly. Saturday night is when I have to do the ironing.
What a shame it isn't tonight. I've got to go to the Hunt Ball tomorrow.
You mean you won't be able to follow her?
No, I meant that if you did the ironing tonight, sir, you could have bound a crease in my best uniform.
What? Yes, well, I tell you what, sir, I'll get Lieutenant Bates to give me a hand if you're sure this trailing is a good idea. If he was smart, Mr. Phillips would volunteer to stay instead of joyriding in the chief's car with a Wren who I imagine by now has discovered just what sort of a line he's been shooting.
Oh, lummy, I'd forgotten. They'll both be waiting outside, swapping notes on Phillips's fables.
Have a nice weekend, Mr. Phillips.
I must say, this is a lush piece of car, Chief.
Yeah, well, it'll do till I get the new model.
But I thought this was a new model.
Oh, hardly, sir. It's a week old.
Practically ready for the scrap heap. Heather tells me you had a car once, Leslie. What happened to it?
Oh, it was a great tragic, miss. Oh, yeah, great After he'd done the first 700,000 miles in it, he decided to take that little label running in, please pass, off the rear window, and the back of the body fell off.
Well, that's not true. It was only the luggage boot. Anyway, I'd still like to know how you can afford to run this thing.
Well, I told you, sir, it was this legacy from our dear white-bearded old grandpa.
But you told me you dabbled on the stock exchange.
Yes, now just remembered you told number one a relative of yours had won the pools and shared it out.
Yeah, so, well, you see, I mean, that's it.
What is?
I haven't the faintest idea. Hang on, wait a minute. Yeah, my dear white-bearded old grandfather won £5 on the pools. See? Yeah, this'll do. Yeah, the shock killed him. So he left it to me and I bought some shares which rocketed overnight and here we are motoring in the Fosteets. Yeah. How's that?
That's not bad. Not bad. In the time.
Thank you, sir.
Not bad at all.
Leslie, perhaps this is a silly question, but as your map reader, do you have any idea how much further it is?
From where?
From here.
Well, where's here?
I knew it was a silly question.
Stone me, Mr. Phillips, stone me. You've got the perishing map. You're the one that selected the route.
No panic, Pertwee. I've got it here. Now, let's
Good.
see. Now,
Right.
We turned left, didn't we?
Yes. That's right.
Then
we
there was
turned
the
left.
railway bridge.
Railway bridge,
yes.
yes.
And then, well, I reckon we've got about another 150 miles to go.
Well, that's not bad, is it, sir? No. We've been going about 2 hours, and the whole journey was only 137 miles to start with. I mean, if you ask me, sir, we'd be lucky to get to the hunt ball in time for the last waltz with a horse.
Any signs of life in the house yet, Mr. Bates?
Not really. An ironing board just walked past the front room windows.
That'll be Captain Povey.
Just a minute. There's a light in the hall. I think the front door is opening.
Get back round this corner or she might spot us. We just have to guess how long it takes her to get to the front gate and then try to catch up. Careful now.
Have a nice nip, my love.
What? Oh, yes. Back you go inside, Henry, and wipe your great hoof marks off me coconut matting as you go.
Very well, my love.
You better on my things first, and for heaven's sake, think what you're doing with Miss Smalls.
Oh, certainly, my love.
I'm not standing for you guffawing all over the place because I've put on a little something which is none of your business and found it's got great triangles burned through its essentials.
I'll try and be careful, my love.
Good boy. Carry on.
Good. She's turning right. Better get ahead a bit and then we'll follow.
I say, isn't this exciting? I feel like Bulldog Drummond.
Do you? I feel like Charlie Pease. Come on, let's see where she leads us. Wait. She's stopping.
I just don't understand this at all. We're in the dockyard. Why should she want to come down here?
Goodness knows. Unless the other man is another officer.
There's someone lurking in the shadows there, down by that rowing boat.
So there is. Doesn't look too good to me. Wonder who the blazes it is.
She's seen him. She's going over.
That's right, madam. Step this way. Last trip for tonight coming up.
Good gracious, it's Goldstein.
This way with a chance of a lifetime. Come and join in the frivolity and lose a fortune. No, I mean win a fortune. You've got every chance because nobody's won a flaming penny up to now. Come and see the novelty of the age. There's not another like it in the country.
That'll be quite enough of that. You can cast off. I'm here.
Now, don't you be so impatient, missus. I'm supposed to collect a full boatload.
There are 2 more here.
Well, hurry up then. We've just got time before it starts. The new sensation of the age.
Before what starts, Goldstein?
Floating bingo, of course.
Good gracious! I say.
Oh, blimey. Oh, it was just my little joke, sir. I was making it all up, sir. Oh, and talking of things being made up, sir, about my promotion. I don't want to be difficult.
Goldstein, you can forget about your promotion for quite a while. Who's behind all this? CPO Pertwee, I presume?
Well, in a manner of speaking, I'm not saying, and, yes, he is.
So that's where he's been getting all the money to buy cars and things. Floating bingo.
Just a minute, you can't possibly be playing bingo in that rowing boat. Must be aboard some other bigger craft. He wouldn't have dared. Would he? Wait till I see Pertwee on Monday when he gets back.
You know, I rather think you won't have to wait that long. That sounds like his car now. In fact, it is.
A right mystery tour that was, I must say.
Well, it's hardly my fault there was a bit missing on the signpost, was it?
Good evening, you 3. How was Northampton?
We wouldn't know, sir. We've never been anywhere near there. At least not so far as we know. Look, first the map goes. Then after another 4 hours, a certain gent sees only half the signpost and says, "Oh, it's only another 3 miles."
And was it?
Not exactly, sir, no. When we got there, we found it wasn't Northampton, it was Southampton.
Oh, well, cheer up, Chief. You're back in time for a quick game of floating bingo, aren't you?
Yeah, there is that. A game of what?
Floating bingo, Chief.
I say, that sounds jolly interesting.
Then step right this way, so there's about... No, sir. I beg your pardon, sir, no. Don't you have nothing to do with bingo. No, sir. Look, it's a crying outrageous. It's a crying outrageous, that's what it is, sir, bingo. Beware the gambling urge before it's too late, Mr. Phillips, sir. Turn back to the sun whilst there's still time to escape from the darkness of greed. Don't fall a victim to the inquisitifications of the downward path to hell. Don't turn your back.
What's he going on about?
I'm not sure, but I think the sooner we get aboard Troutbridge, the sooner we'll know. Get a launch and get us out to the ship.
And off we go for another long ride, so have your cards ready, please. Don't forget to pass the word to all your friends, providing they're not coppers, that is, that this is the only floating bingo in the country. Bags of concentration now. Watch your cards, and here is the little rascal that can make your fortune. And it's clickety-click number 66. And we are all set for the next one, which is...
Number 1.
No, it isn't number one. No, Yeah, and for the next song in our community song evening... Let's hear you all let rip with My Old Man's a Good Night All.
Come back here! Come here, you balloon-based bingo baller. The game's over.
It had better not be. I've won. Bung hell. Whatever it is.
Lummy, it's Mrs. Povey. What's she doing aboard?
Playing bingo like everyone else, I imagine.
But that's awful. She's supposed to be out with another man.
What's that? It's a promise.
Hey, you there! Fatty, where are my winnings? My card's full and I demand to know what I've won.
All right, this is arranged. Stay where you are.
Nonsense, I demand my winnings.
Tell me that's going to help. She can't have won anyway.
Why not?
Well, a slight clerical error, sir. The numbers we call out and the numbers they got on their cards don't quite sort of match up.
Lummy, no wonder you made so much so fast.
I'll see you about this later, Chief.
Walk down now, please.
I most certainly will not. Not until I've had my winnings.
I'll take that card, thank you, madam, and I must ask you to accompany me to the station, as I feel sure you can assist me in my inquiries.
What? How very dial.
And is there a Mr. Pertwee about, please? No. I shall want him too.
No, he won't. He's gone to Northampton to sell his motor. If you nip off now, you might catch him up.
Hello, Sub-Lieutenant Bingo speaking. I mean Sub-Lieutenant Phillips here.
I thought you were in Northampton. This is Captain Povey. Is there any news of my wife?
Oh, rather, sir. It's all right. She's been arrested.
What?
Yes, the police caught her and CPO Pertwee, you see.
They what? Oh, no, you don't mean it was him.
Oh, no, sir. No, it's not like that, sir. Not like that at all. No, let me explain.
Hurry along with that call, sir. There's a police van waiting.
Right, I shan't be... A what? What? No, but I wasn't playing.
Yeah, what the devil's going on?
That's what they all say. This way, sir, if you please.
Hey, but I wasn't. No, I demand to see Perry Mason.
Hello. Ramona, are you there? Come back. All is forgiven. Come back. I've done you small. Come back, please. Come back.
And that was Stephen Murray, John Pertwee and Leslie Phillips working their passage in the Navy Lark, written by Laurie Wyman. Stephen Murray was the number 1, John Pertwee was the Chief Petty Officer, Leslie Phillips was the Sub-Lieutenant, Able Seaman Johnson was played by Ronnie Barker, Captain Povey was Richard Caldecott, Mrs. Povey was Heather Chasen, Judy was Judy Cornwell, Lieutenant Bates was Michael Bates, and Taffy Goldstein was played by Teniel Evans. The recorded production was by Alistair Scott Johnston. Ladies and gentlemen, we present the Navy Lark with our 3 stars, John Pertwee, Leslie Phillips, and Stephen Murray. Now, I've had an absolutely shocking week. On Monday, the wife borrowed a couple of...
Excuse me, Mr. Boyle, I'm most frightfully sorry to trouble you.
What is it, Captain Povey?
Well, do you think you could cut this a little bit short? I have an urgent appointment with the Director of Naval Expenditure, and I'm terribly late now.
You see? I told you, it's a shocking week. Robin doesn't even get a chance to say his funny piece, poor devil. Yes. Well, I'd better let Captain Povey get to his appointment at the Admiralty, I suppose.
What was the name again, sir?
Povey. Captain Povey. I have an appointment with Mr. Merivale, the Director of Naval Expenditure.
Oh, you'll be another one to get his bowler at, then.
What?
Mr. Merivale has been slinging them out wholesale, sir. I'll just see if Mr. Merivale is available, sir.
Yes, but tell him there's no hurry.
A Captain Povey to see you, sir.
Oh, wheel him in then. Bags of Pentagon this morning.
This way, Captain Povey.
Oh, thank you. I'm most grateful.
Come in, Povey. Shut the door. Park yourself somewhere.
Oh,
I shouldn't sit in that one. It's the Admiral's.
Oh, my word. I do apologize. If I'd known it was the Admiral's, I wouldn't have dreamed.
Oh, it's nothing to do with protocol, old man. Just that the last time he sat there, he was wearing his sword, and somehow or other he punctured the plush. If anyone parks in it now, the whole office fills with feathers, and we all end up looking like Rhode Island Reds. Well, what do you think of my plan?
Plan, sir? What plan?
That's the ticket, Povey. Remember security at all times, but you can speak freely in here, you know.
But how can I? I don't know anything about any plan.
No, of course you don't. Now, don't be too upset about this, Povey. It comes to all of us in time, you know. Parting of the ways and all that.
What? But I'm a comparatively young...
I'd like to have spared you, but it's these adverse reports, you see.
Adverse reports?
It may seem a bit on the drastic side to you, but there it is.
Wait. You can't do this, Mr. Merivale. I beg you to reconsider. I've given my whole life to the service. You can't just chuck a man on the scrap heap when he's still in his prime. Feel those muscles. Go on, feel them. There's real power there.
Now, look here.
Ah, yes, the eyes are good as new. Look through that window. Yes. See that bus at the bottom of Whitehall? It's a number 12. Westminster Bridge, Elephant and Castle,
Povey, for Pete's sake.
Camberwell Green, Dulwich, Penge, Addiscombe.
Povey, you raving bit. Shut up. What on earth are you talking about?
But I was trying to show you how mistaken you are in getting rid of me.
Getting rid of you? Who said anything about that? We want to get rid of that shower on Troutbridge.
What?
Yes.
You know, the relief.
Naturally, I thought you'd be upset at losing touch with your comrades in arms and all that jazz. It means cutting down your flotilla for a bit, too, of course.
Oh, I don't mind anything you say, sir. Anything at all. You know best, sir.
Yes, I realize that, of course. Now, we don't want any trouble with that crew, but we've got to get them off Troutbridge and split them up, you see. We can't afford to go on forking out for repairs every time they go to sea. The snag is that from your reports, it looks as if there might be a few hotheads amongst them, and that could mean trouble, Povey. Yes, it could mean trouble. Any ideas?
Well, I know. Oh, this could be delicious.
Yes.
Supposing I give them all a 48-hour pass,
Yes.
and whilst they're away, we put a skeleton crew aboard Troutbridge and have her moved to Plymouth.
Oh, capital idea, capital. When they get back, the ship's gone, and we send the lot on refresher courses. What? My word, you're a sharp one, Povey. Now, which ship shall we get the skeleton crew from, I wonder? They've got to be good, reliable men, by golly. Yes, they'll have to be all of that.
Well, why not use the men for my own destroyer, Makepeace?
Better and better. You know you're wasted, Povey. I could do with a man like you up here.
Up here, sir? At Admiralty?
Yes, for a start, you could make sure I get on the right bus home every night. I ended up in Palmer's Green Garage last night, drafty hole. The driver must have left the garage doors open when he clocked off, I suppose. Well, carry on, Povey. Pop in any time, won't you?
Well, don't hang about in my office, gentlemen. Get your crew away on leave.
All right, sir. May I say how much we appreciate this gesture by Admiralty? It's jolly nice of them.
But I still don't understand it, sir. I mean, fancy giving us extra leave for outstanding efficiency.
You're quite sure you've got the right ship, aren't you, sir?
Oh, yes, they were quite clear. And may I say, I fully concur with the idea. Now, off you go, and enjoy your leave.
Curiouser. Admiralty thinks we're efficient. Captain Povey thinks we're efficient. Something cockeyed somewhere.
Who cares, sir? Who cares? Never look a gift leaving the horse, I say.
Yes, you would.
And what are you two looking so baffled
Oh,
about?
hello, Heather. Admiralty have given the whole ship's company an extra 48 hours leave.
Complete with free railway warrants.
As a gesture of appreciation because we've been so efficient.
What are you two looking so baffled about?
Well, apart from the obvious, we've been given a 48 as well.
Really?
Lummy. Oh, Thunderguts will be here on his Todd. And he's jolly welcome to him.
Incidentally, what are you two girls doing for the weekend?
Why?
Oh, nothing. I was just, thinking.
Yes, so was I.
Well, don't bother. Just because we've all got weekend leave doesn't mean that you can make a 48-hour pass at us.
Nothing was further from our thoughts.
Just a civil question, that's all.
Merely common courtesy.
Exactly. Common courtesy.
Quite. Common,
courtesy?
Yeah, precisely.
I see. Well, if that's all it was, we're not doing anything.
Why don't you come down with
Do you mind?
I spoke first.
I'm senior officer.
Pulling rank now, are we? Typical.
Now, you listen to me.
So much for common courtesy. Didn't last long, did it?
Oh, sir. Sorry, pardon. Sorry, pardon, likewise.
So, what are we going to do?
Well, it's just the tiniest bit tricky, actually. I mean, this lever's come out of the blue, and Leslie is just the tiniest bit flat broke.
Oh, that's a shame.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Yes, you see, Stephen's just the tiniest bit flat broke likewise, too.
Well, I don't know if Judy's... Well, then that makes 4 of us.
This is going to be a riotous weekend, isn't it?
Now, wait a minute. It's just a thought. But the wardroom is reasonably well stocked, although for the life of me I can't think how that's happened. Why don't we have a party aboard?
Oh, what a lovely idea. I've never been aboard a frigate.
Neither have I. I do wish I could learn to think before I speak.
If you could learn to think at all, it'd be something.
Look, I don't want to hurry you, but you better get the crew away, hadn't you?
Oh, good heavens, yes. We'll see you aboard about 8 then, shall we? Well, time's getting on, I'm afraid. You girls will have to go ashore, otherwise you'll be giving the ship a bad name.
Beg pardon, I'm sure, sir, but I thought we'd had an absolute stinker for years.
Chief.
Yes.
When you explained that you were skint, and I suggested you might like to stay and act as steward in the wardroom for this party...
Yes, sir?
The theory was that you should serve the drinks, not drink them all yourself.
Please, sir. How could you say that, sir? I've been scrupulously... I've been ever so fair. I'm 50-50 all the time. I've only had one every time somebody else had one.
Yeah, possibly, but the ones we ordered were divided amongst 5 of us.
Yeah, I know, sir. It's been murder trying to keep up.
Well, you've done splendidly.
Let's have one for the road then, eh, sir? Now, Chief, 3 large gins and tonic, a sherry, and another shandy for me.
Welp. Here, couldn't you make them small gins, sir? I don't think I can stand any large ones.
What's he doing on his knees?
Oh, that's simple. This way there's less of me trying to stand up. Hey. Ooh, beg your pardon. Ooh, it must have been those fish paste sandwiches Fatso made up.
Fatso? Is he still on board?
Well, naturally, Mr. Phillips, if the chief is skint, you don't imagine Fatso stood a chance of having anything, surely.
Of course. I suppose that means that Goldstein will be around somewhere as well.
Oh, certain to be, I imagine.
You know, for a ship's company that's supposed to be on leave, there's a shocking lot of us aboard.
Oh, I wouldn't say a shocking lot. Some of us are quite nice.
You know something, Judy? What, Heather?
You could sign the pledge in a place like this.
Oh, easily.
Oh, lummy, the girls' drinks.
Oh, good heavens, yes. No, it's too late, I'm afraid. We must get them ashore or we'll be in the muck. As we seem to have somehow, albeit mysteriously, got in Admiralty's good books, I'd hate to drop a clanger now.
Quite so, but I've got a sneaking suspicion that we will, you know. Somehow being mucko chummo with their lordships doesn't make me feel cosy.
Yeah, I know what you mean, sir. I'm sure there's something we ought to be dodging somewhere, but we don't know who flung it and which way it's coming from.
Yes, well, let's duck anyway and get the girls off the ship. Sorry, girls, bar's closed. We must see you back to your quarters.
Oh, golly buttercups, yes. Look at the time. I'd rather not.
Here are your coats.
Thank you.
Allow me.
Is you smack? Just smack?
Now what's the matter?
Whoa. Glad it's all right. All right. Who's going to see Chief Petty Officer Pertwee back to his quarters then?
I should ring out their lordships. Ask one of them to pop down and tuck you in.
Good idea. Hello? What? Oh, no.
Put that phone down.
I shan't. No, I won't. Not unless someone promises to see Chauncey into his pyjamas and read him a story.
I'll read you the riot act in a minute. Now, for goodness sake, get to bed and shut up.
What's that? What? You go away. If you're 36, 22, 36, come in. If you're not, go away.
Chief, wake up, it's us, Johnson and Taffy. Peekaboo. Cooey-oo. Wake up for Fatso.
You've had that. There's only one word that'll wake him up.
What's that, Taff?
I'll show you. Chiefy. Money.
Nothing.
What do you mean, nothing? He put his hand out, didn't he?
Here, I got one. Chief, wake up, Marilyn Monroe's outside. That did it.
She's gone! Why didn't you tell me before? Oh, blimey. What's happening? Where am I?
You woke up, Chiefy, a bit sudden like.
I'll say I did, and I just remembered why. If it wasn't so flippin' early, I'd fill you two lamb of the nod wreckers in right now.
Now, don't you dare. You may be a superior officer, but striking a man in uniform can get very nasty.
Yeah, and Taffy should know he's the Attorney General of Portsmouth, you know. Besides, we woke you up because we thought you ought to know.
Oh, know what?
Well, nothing much, except that the ship's moving.
Oh, I know that, but I'll be better in the morning.
No, it really is moving, Chiefy. We're at sea.
Hey, what are you talking about? Hey? Darby, what are you talking about? We can't be. There's only a few of us aboard.
Ah, that's what you think, Chief. I've heard a lot of footsteps rushing about up top somewhere.
Yeah. Footsteps?
Yeah.
Moving? We've been hijacked! Pertwee's going to be a white slave! He's going to be a white slave and he don't want to go! Stop the boat, Johns! He's a neutral!
Not so loud, Chiefy. They'll hear us.
What do you reckon we ought to do then, Chief?
Well, I reckon we should sue. What? My Uncle Edwin's a solicitor and red hot at suing he is. You know he's known as the biggest sewer of the valleys. Yeah, you know, he once got my Aunt Morpeth off when she was pinched for riding her bike the wrong way down a one-way street.
Ooh. How did he do that, Taff?
Well, he nipped out in the middle of the night before the case was heard and stuck the one-way street sign up the other end of the road. He made a fortune out of that, he did.
Yeah, well, I don't think we'll bother him about this little how-do-you-do. Oh, I think we better tell number one and Mr. Phillips it's someone Above here is hijacked us. Come on, let's go and wake them up before we find ourselves in Cuba or... Oh, quiet. Josie, quiet now. We don't want Mr. Phillips shouting his head off and bringing whoever's up there down here. Whoever they are.
And I, for one, don't want to know whoever they are up there.
Right. Right, put your hand over his mouth and then I'll call him.
Okay. All ready?
Mr. Phillips. Mr. Phillips, sir.
Oh,
What's happened?
He bit me, G.
Don't be such a baby.
What's going on? What's going on? I say, you girls are supposed to be off the ship.
Us girls wish we were. Yeah, Mr. Phillips, sir, we're being hijacked.
What are you talking about?
We're at sea, sir. Whilst we've been asleep. Whilst we've been asleep down here, sir, some foreign power has sneaked a crew. They've sneaked a crew of cutthroats aboard and they've kidnapped us all, sir.
Here, I say, that's a bit much. Don't they know we're on leave?
No, apparently not, sir. I suppose you wouldn't like to nip up and tell them whoever they are up there, sir, would you?
No, I don't think I'll bother. I mean, I'm sure there's some mistake, but one can't take chances, you know. This is where caution, skill, cunning, and daring are called for.
What are you going to do then, sir?
Wake up number one and tell him.
And you can't be more daring than that, can you?
Right, come on out the road, Fatso. Right. But on weeky patrol again.
But it's impossible. I can't believe it. People don't go round pinching frigates.
People will pinch anything, sir. I suppose Lieutenant Commander Staunton hasn't borrowed Troutbridge to do a spot of fish trawling.
Well, he could hardly put to sea on his own, could he, sir?
What was that? What was that? Sounded like a tap on the door.
How could it be, sir? We're all of us who stayed aboard down here.
It must be one of them. Up there. Whoever they are. Come on! Pertwee, surrender!
Shut up! Mr. Phillips. Yes, sir. Grab something. Stand behind the door.
Right, sir. Yes, sir.
One of them up there.
Yes, sir.
Bop him.
Right. Aye, sir.
Come in.
I say, chaps.
Oh,
I rather think we're moving.
Good gracious, Lieutenant Bates, what are you doing down here?
I know. He was flat broke,
so he stayed aboard.
Precisely. I must say I'm jolly pleased to see you chaps. I thought Batesy was being hijacked by that lot up there, whoever they are. And that might have been jolly awkward to explain when I got back.
In what way, and to whom?
Why, Admiralty, of course. When they found their frigate had gone and old Batesy had vanished at the same time, they might have thought I'd pinched her and asked me to pay for a new one.
Yes, I see your point. If they stopped it out of your pay at £3 a week, you'd have to serve about, 200,000 years.
I know. But let's face it, I'm not getting any younger. And that's why I sneaked into the WT room. Sent a signal and sneaked out again.
Yeah, very wise. You did what?
Sent a signal to all shipping, giving our rough position and asking for assistance and a boarding party.
We're saved! We're saved, bully for Batesy! Rah, rah, rah!
Well done! Yes. A rather good show.
Yes.
Oh, it was nothing.
I still say we ought to sue. It'd be an open and shut case for Uncle Edwin.
I'll open and shut you in a minute, Taffy. Now, come on. How long before we get rescued, do you reckon, sir?
Well, it depends what shipping is in the area and how close they are. The snag is that they'll only know the ship's position at the time of Mr. Bates' message, and we're steaming away from there every minute.
Yeah, I know, sir. Look, I know. Yeah, how about somebody going below and connecting up to emergency steering, sir? And once we've disconnected the helm on the bridge, we can swing her right round, and with any luck at all, we ought to be heading back to Portsmouth, sir.
Yes, splendid. they'd know, of course, but you can bolt yourself in there and they wouldn't be able to do a thing about it. Right. Off you go, Pertwee, and you'd better take Goldstein and Johnson with you.
I said... Me, sir? No, I said send... I said send somebody, sir. Not send me, sir.
Always. We'll all go to the emergency steering hold. Come on.
Right.
Hello, Captain Povey's office.
Hello, Mrs. This is Intelligence speaking. Does your governor know he's lost a frigate?
Lost a what?
A frigate. One called Troutbridge. We picked up an SOS from her saying she's been hijacked.
Hijacked? But I mean, they would... but to some of the crew. Oh, just a minute. I'll put you through to Captain Povey.
Yes?
Would you take this call, sir? It's from Intelligence, and it's very urgent.
Oh, very well. Put it through.
Heather, I've just been down to the docks and Troutbridge is gone. I know. They've been hijacked. Hijacked? What's going to happen? I wish I knew. Thunderguts is talking to Intelligence now. Can't you listen in? Oh, yes, I could, but I mean, it would hardly be... Oh, all right. But keep quiet, for heaven's sake.
No, wait, you don't understand.
You leave it to us, Captain Povey. We've sent 2 destroyers to intercept. We'll have her back in no time.
But you mustn't. Ring Mr. Merivale. He'll tell you. We arranged it all.
What do you mean?
It was all a trick to get rid of the Troutbridge crew without any trouble.
What? Well, really? I heard that, and you ought to be utterly ashamed.
Hello. Who's that?
I've never heard of anything so outrageous in all my life. Heather, shh. Heather will not shh. Do you realize what this man Povey's done? He's sending our brave lads to their doom without batting an eyelid. It's inhuman, that's what it is. Those men have got to be saved and the criminal in this office brought to justice. The whole world should know how this man plotted to wipe out as gallant a band of men as any you'll find on this sceptred isle. This realm. This England.
Wren Chasen.
Murderer.
Excuse me, but I think there's somebody on the line.
Oh, for crying out loud. Will you get off the... What's that?
Heather, look through the window. Isn't that Troutbridge coming in? What? Where? Between that tanker and the destroyer. Well, nearly in between them.
What? But they can't be. They should be in Plymouth.
There's something wrong with their steering. They're going all over the place.
Stop them. They've got to be stopped.
You know, there is somebody on the line. Hello. What's happening? Where's everybody gone?
Crank the old left hand down a bit.
Crank the old left hand down a bit, it is, sir.
As you were.
As I was, sir.
Crank the old right hand up a bit.
Crank the old right hand down a bit, it is, sir.
Jolly odd, that. Whatever it is we keep hitting, seems to be on both sides of us. Perhaps it's a cave.
No, too tinny.
It's been blind in the emergency steering hold. If only we could see, it'd be... Hello. The engines have stopped.
Now, that's rather significant. I reckon we've got whoever it is up there worried.
I can't say I blame them. If you were rushing about in a frigate you couldn't steer because you'd been disconnected and kept hitting something that went boing, you'd be worried and all.
Sewer, Macy, sewer.
Now, what have you
No, quiet, Pertwee. I think I can hear them coming below to bang on that door again.
Open up in there, do you hear? Open up and come up with your hands up.
Lummy, that sounds like old Thunderguts. Now, who was potty enough to hijack him?
You know, I have a nasty feeling there might have been a bit of misunderstanding somewhere.
Open up, you can't escape. Tell me it's him all right. We must be back in Pompey.
Odd, that.
What is?
Well, I seem to have navigated better down here in the dark than when I'm up on the bridge.
Open it up, Chief, before he dents it.
All right, if you insist, sir. But if ever you've given me a command you might regret afterwards, I reckon this is it.
Hands up while I fire. We'd rather you didn't, actually, sir. Oh, good grief.
Oh, I should have known it would be you. What on earth have you been up to?
We've saved the ship, sir. She was being high-Georged. Hi, Fred. Hijacked, I'm all right. I mean, well...
Oh, you idiots, do you realize what you've done? You hit practically every ship in the docks, whilst my crew from Makepeace had to jump for their lives and take to the boats.
Your crew, sir? You mean they were the ones who were up there?
Well, of course they were.
Well, what were they doing aboard our ship and knocking it off?
What?
Oh, well, I'd rather not.
Just a minute. 48-hour passes all round, and then your crew take over Troutbridge and put to sea. I'm not a suspicious man as a rule, sir, but what exactly...
Yes, well, never you mind it. Oh, this is awful. What am I...
Povey, where are you, Povey?
Oh, good grief, Mr. Merivale.
My word, this is a fine kettle of fish, I must say, Povey. You're for it over this.
But I can explain.
And you'll have to, I'll see to that. Yes, I'll see to that, all right, mark my words. Use men from Makepeace, you said. I'll vouch for every man personally, you said. Good, reliable men, you said.
But it wasn't there.
Have you seen the docks? There's not a ship that would get past the 10-year test now there, I can tell you. Ridiculous. Remember, all this was your idea, Povey.
What exactly was the idea, sir?
What? Why, bung the Troutbridge mob on leave, move the ship to Plymouth, and then split the Troutbridge crew up when they came back, of course.
Well, of all the dirty, underhanded, crafty carver.
What?
Sorry about this, entirely without my knowledge, of course, you understand?
Oh, of course, sir, we understand.
But I'm innocent.
Oh.
Gentlemen, please, I appeal to you.
Well, not to me, then.
Well, perhaps you shouldn't be too hard on him, sir.
No, you shouldn't.
Well, I don't quite see how we can...
Yeah, perhaps the odd drop or two in rank might do it, sir.
Yes.
What? Stop at your pay for a bit.
I can't manage on...
Yeah, no doubt if we gave him a few tools and a bit of paint, he could patch up some of the damage himself.
Stop it, all of you, stop it!
Sue him, it's the only way. Sue him.
I demand a court-martial.
Sue him.
I want the world to hear the truth.
Sue him.
It's inhuman. You can't do this to me.
Sue him.
I'm as gallant an officer as any you'll find on the Seven Isles.
And that was John Pertwee, Leslie Phillips, and Stephen Murray working their passage in the Navy Lark, written by Laurie Wyman. John Pertwee was the Chief Petty Officer, Leslie Phillips was the Sub-Lieutenant, Stephen Murray was the number one. Captain Povey was played by Richard Caldecott. Mr. Merivale was Ronnie Barker, Heather was Heather Chasen, Judy was Judy Cornwell, Taffy Goldstein was Tanya Levens, and Lieutenant Bates was played by Michael Bates. The recorded production was by Alistair Scott Johnston.